Okay. Hello everyone. Am I audible? Can someone confirm?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay. Voice is clear, I hope.
Yes, sir. Voice is very clear.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for confirmation. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's first MLP's workshop session. I'll be taking today's session, and the topic for today's session would be introduction to data visualization. I know, uh, the guideline document you would have seen that on the day one we will be covering intro to collab, right? Yeah, so that will happen on day two, and today we will discuss the introduction to data visualization. Okay. So before starting today's session, I would like to know how many of you have already completed MLP course. Okay, just raise your hand. Okay, so many of you have done that. Let me count. Okay, 29. Okay, good to see that most of you have already gone through this, course, at least 50%. Okay, I'm not sure how much new content will be there for you guys in this workshop. Okay, because yeah, for sure. I think this recording of last previous year's workshop was added as a week 0, right? I think few of you were saying. So more or less same thing we are going to cover. Okay, yeah, you guys can lower your hand. Okay. But people who is directly coming from courses like MLT or ML, how many people, such people are there? Like who has not gone through MLP course yet? Okay, okay, very few are there. Okay, okay. So because these sessions are made in such a way that the complete focus is on those type of people like who will be going to take MLP course. Okay. But nevertheless, people who are in diploma level, I'll try to add some extra values. But who has already completed this MLP course, no, I'm not sure on other days you will get. Definitely, there will be many new things, but not sure how much new things you will get. Okay. This is for those like who, or maybe this will be a good refresher for you all. Okay, that is for sure. Okay. Uh, Let me see the slides and all. Hmm. And just one request, whenever at least interact with me so that I'll also try to give more and more. Okay. So anyways, although if even if you have gone through the session through week 0 and all content, still there will be many new things for sure. Okay. The ideal candidate will be obviously those like who has just completed MLT and who will be going to who will be taking MLP course in the next term. But definitely there will be so many new things for sure. Okay, or at least a good refresher. Okay. Uh, but just be interactive. Okay, that's my request. Okay, I'll just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where will the assignment be present? So assignment, we will share it soon. Okay, with maybe through the mail and all.
Also, sir, I think the session is not on record.
Is it? I think they were recording it.
It is recording.
It is recording. You are recording, no?
No, sir, I'm not recording, but it's written on top like it's recording.
Just yeah, it is visible that session is going. Okay, yeah, it's not streaming, but yeah, they are recording it. Okay. Can studio team confirm whether you have started the recording or not? Just to ensure. I know, I mean, I can see that it is here, it is written as recording. So obviously the session, they might be recording it. Yeah. Most probably the session is being recorded. Okay. Is this for those who finished MLP? No, I mean for everyone. This is for everyone. But what I am saying is that this last year's MLP workshop recording we have kept as week 0. Okay, in MLP course. So this is what I'm saying. So if someone has gone through that, no, there will be very few new things. Okay, but definitely this would be a good revision for them. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. But people who are the ideal candidates are those who have just completed MLF and MLT, and they will be taking MLP in the May term or in the upcoming term. So this is what I was saying.
Sir,
Okay.
what are the agendas for 4 days?
For what will be the agendas for 4 days? Okay, so today we are going to cover introduction to data visualization. On day 2 we will introduce we will have session on introduction to collab. Then on day 3 and day 4 we will have the session on introduction to pandas. Okay, obviously we will go deep because we are taking 2 days for especially for pandas. So definitely we are going to go deep. Okay. So that's the agenda for next 3 days. Okay. Okay. Then I'll be sharing my screen now. Okay. I hope my screen is visible now. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So for agenda for today's session would be this. First we will discuss. First we will introduce data visualization. Then we will introduce Plotly library. Then we will see how to set up Plotly library. Okay, and then we'll go through some basic Plotly graphs. Then advanced Plotly graphs. Then we will just talk about interactive visualization. Okay. Then we will give you the assignment for today's. Like I'll tell you what you have to do for today's what will be the today's assignment. Okay, so then yeah, you can ask questions, then there will be quick Q&A session, and then we will wrap up. Okay, so basically you can say that today's session name should be like introduction to data visualization using Plotly. So that would be the so that ideally that would be the topic for today's session. Okay, so you would have heard this thing that information is the oil of the 21st century. Okay, and analytics is the combustion engine. Okay, so this is something Peter Sondergaard has said about the information and analytics. But if we take this sentence, no, I mean, then we can say that if information is the oil, analytics is the combustion engine, then data visualization is the refinery that transforms crude data into refined insights. Okay, so this is what we can if I have to modify this, no, then I'll tell like this. Okay, so data visualization is the refinery that transforms crude data into refined insights. Okay, formally we can say okay, uh, maybe okay, yeah, I'll ask few questions from all of you. Okay, so can you guys say like what do you understand by the term data visualization? Okay, what comes in your mind? You can say anything. Hello.
Sir, can I?
Yeah.
So, sir, I think human eyes can perceive information faster in a visual form as compared to database or table. So, putting data in a visual form to find any anomalies or any trend is data visualization. But there is also a catch that human eyes get tired. Just like we see in any kind of monitoring or surveillance, Like in
Mhm.
movies, we see this police control center where there's like a lot of CCTV cameras and someone is monitoring and surveilling. But the moment you don't look at the CCTV monitor, something happens, you never know. So you depend on the eyes of human to for visualization to be understood, but there could be biases there. So that's the
Definitely.
negative part of visualization, that it depends on eyes. Uh, Otherwise, putting data in a visual form is so that
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, correct. Anyone else who would like to add or say something? Anything, whatever comes in your mind now, by listening to the topic data visualization, you can talk about that.
Well, I'd say it's representing data to facilitate better understand.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, just raise your hand and you can start talking about this. Okay. Anyone? Okay. Yeah, Suruti. Yeah, Suruti, you can say. Maybe you mic is not working because I can see that you have unmuted yourself, but I'm not able to hear you. Can others are able to hear you? Okay, okay. So I think, yeah, Shruti, you might be facing some mic issues. Can someone else, anyone else would like to talk? Okay. So basically data visualization is nothing but just a graphical representation of information. Okay. Or data. Okay. It is nothing but just the graphical representation of the data. So all of you said the same thing. Okay. It's just by using some different word. Okay. And why do we need it? Because see, if you have some significant or smaller number of data points or data, you can see the pattern or you can understand that just by seeing in the tabular format or yeah, just by seeing in the tabular form. Okay. Or if you through your naked eye you can understand the pattern and all. Okay, but if the data are limited, like let's say 20, 30, something like that, smaller size. Okay, but when the data set size is higher, in that case, when your data set size is higher, in that case you have to plot some graph or something like that to understand the pattern. Okay, or to use those information, right? Right or wrong? Right. Just say something. Okay, then the session will be more interactive and I'll be also open to give you more and more.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I agree
Yeah.
with you, sir. Yeah.
uh, okay. So this is what we say. So what is the importance of data visualization? So can someone say, okay, obviously you guys told about the cons of the data visualization. Okay, like, yeah, so there can be biasness. So this is what I think the first person said. So yeah, you can talk about some important. So what are the importance of data visualization? Can someone would like to add something here? So see, data visualization. If you see, if you would say, see, first of all, it simplifies the complex data. Okay, as we said that if there are many columns and many numbers here and there, no, then you won't be able to interpret or you won't be able to reach at any conclusion. So that's why data visualization is there, and it helps you to simplify the information. Okay, or simplify the data, complex data. Okay, then after simplifying, you can easily identify the trend and patterns, right? And once the trend and patterns are clearly visible, then obviously it enhances the communication, how you can communicate the same information to others. Okay, and so once you are able to transform those data into some insights, then definitely using those insights you can take some decisions. Okay, so naturally it helps you in decision making, right? And obviously if for example, if I share here like 1,000 numbers, okay, 1,000 rows of data points, and at the same time if I share one graph, okay, so definitely you will be more biased towards those graphs, because will engage you. Okay, here only, let's say in this slide only, like if I put, I mean, if I fill it with many numbers, okay, like maybe 100 data points or something like that, or there will be one more slide where there will be just one graph. Okay, so obviously the engagement will be higher in the graph, right?
Yeah, I agree, sir. And the speed of human perception is higher. For example, what we
Correct.
see in an operation theater, the heartbeat monitor, we see in always, literally in every movie, there is a scene in operation theater when a patient is on in ICU, and there's a like a line sign chart, sine wave happening on the
Hmm.
heart rate. The moment that flattens, that means the patient has died. Imagine if you put numbers instead of a sine wave, it will be very difficult for doctors to know exactly what is happening. So
Very good example. Yeah.
whenever there is a fast, whenever the speed is of essence, charts convey the meaning very fast compared to just bare numbers on the screen.
Correct. Correct. So this is what we are also saying, that if you have those, I mean, charts and plots, that will engage your audience faster. Okay, and yeah, people visually, people understand more faster than the, I mean, seeing just by the numbers. Okay, so that's why. So if we talk about the importance of data visualization, so there are multiple benefits. First, it simplifies your complex data. It helps you to identify trend and patterns. It supports you in decision making. Also, it enhances communication. Okay, for example, you talked about this one. I mean, this heart rate. I mean, heart rate data. Okay, so that is there. Okay, yeah. So these are the importance of data visualization. So I'll go through some historical data visualization example. Okay, I mean, it is not something which came directly today. Okay, there are multiple historical examples. Okay, maybe I'll just stop my screen sharing and I'll open sheets. Okay, where I have kept that. Okay, so if I talk about those historical examples, so what had happened is that in the Crimean War, okay, of 1853 to 1856, so in that war, I think Allied force of Great Britain, France, and Turkey faced logistic challenges. Okay, right? Maybe I need to open. Let me open this. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible, right? Again. Okay.
Oh, yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Okay. So what had happened in 1853 to 56? There was Crimean War was happening, and during that time, obviously there were many casualties. Okay, and different people. There were many casualties, and at that time, the due to war, no, and in the hospitals also, like they were seeing that large number of death rates. Okay, so just by seeing these things, so there was I mean, this lady, you can Florence Nightingale, we also call it as like lady with the lamp. Okay, so she came and she observed few things. Okay, so when she checked the data, or she investigated those data, she found uh, something unique, or some amazing patterns in the data. Okay, so what she found is that there were a more number of deaths from wounds in battle. If we compared from death through disease or other casualties, okay, uh, if we compare this, no, so through the, I mean, death from wounds in the battle, and death from other causes, and death from disease, so there were a higher number of casualties due to this diseases. Okay, when she dig deeper into this, she found that, I mean, see, due to this sanitization and all, the more number of deaths were happening. I mean, more number of deaths were happening due to unawareness of the, you can say, cleanliness and all. Okay, she has to convey it to the team. Okay, to other people. Okay, So for that, he created this unique row chart. Okay, we call this as, is there any issue? Okay, yeah. So so here it is nothing but a polar area diagram. Okay, but we, since this is a unique chart, so we usually call it as a, I mean, this one row diagram. Okay, so here if you see in this chart, C has focused on affecting, so the notes on matters affecting the health efficiency and hospital administration. Okay, so C simply said that in this diagram that mortality caused during the war, okay, due to cleanliness and all, is very high, very higher than the death from wounds. Okay, in this graph, this is one of those kind of graphs like which clearly change this medical world. Okay, before that, before this graph and all, I'm this incident in medical industry, I mean, or in medical sector, people were not focusing more on this cleanliness and all. Okay, so this chart is one of those critical pivotal points from where all the things change. So that's why I think Florence Nightingale is called as a what do we call her? I mean, in the medical field, I just forget that her title. I think Nurse Day. I mean, people celebrate Nurse Day on her birthday only. No, Florence Nightingale, Ladies with the Lamb. Can someone has more information about her? Okay, just check. I think yeah, the nurse International Nurse Day or something like that.
Yes, yes.
People say, yeah.
International Nurse Day. Yes.
Okay, yeah, International Nurse Day. Okay, so International Nurse Day is I mean, people celebrate this due to this ladies only. Okay, so we call her as the lady with the lamb. Okay, so if you see this graph design, prioritize the clarity and honesty. A. Okay, I mean, how she has represented this this data points. Okay, I mean, here if you see in this chart, okay, let's look closer to this chart. Okay, here on the each sector is representing 1 month. Okay, and in each sector, okay, in each sector there are three sections. Okay, this red one is representing the death from wounds in battle. Then this maybe this smaller section, this is representing the death from other causes, and this gray color is representing the death from diseases. So you can imagine there is a war, and in the war there are very few casualties due to the wound from the battle, right? So it simply says that I mean, the facilities available in those hospitals are not very good. Okay, so they have to revamp the complete hospital facilities. Obviously, maybe they will put different patient into different wards and all those things, like they have to wash their hands, all these things they had to do. Okay, and definitely just by showing this graph, she convinced others to take these steps. Okay, so this is what you what is the this is just by seeing this graph you can think, just by taking this example, you can understand how much one single visualization can do the changes in this world, right? So these were the pivotal charts. Okay, similar to this one. Okay, okay, before that, I mean, anyone who has not understood this chart yet? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, all right. So yeah, and so this is one of those classical examples in the data visualization sector. Okay. Apart from this, there are few other examples also. I'll take one more example, then we will close it. Okay, I mean, then we will move to the next step. Okay, so I'll just uh, again. So definitely, I mean, coming to the point in this chart also, like there are mistakes. Okay, I mean, there was some biasness also. So let's not discuss those things. So obviously, when you will go through data visualization course in degree level, no, I mean, at that time we will discuss about the issues with this chart. Okay, but for now, yeah, just think it like, yeah, due to this chart, lot of new things. I mean, complete medical sector changed. Okay, so this was something happened. Okay, let's see. I'll show one more plot. Okay, I'll share my screen again. Okay, are you able to see this one?
Yes.
Okay. So, is there anyone who can take understand like what is this? Okay, maybe so this chart is not very clear. Let's just open another step. I'm not getting any very clear chart. Anyway, just see this one only. Okay, it's fine. So in this one, okay, I'll tell you the story here. So, okay, in 1854, Dr. John Snow, okay, uh, he was there. I mean, at that time, this disease named cholera was happening. Okay, I mean, many people were dying due to this disease. Okay, and people were, I mean, the doctors or anyone was not able to understand like how this disease is spreading over the city. Okay, every day people were dying and all. So no one was able to understand that. Okay, so this Dr. Snow, I mean, he analyzed the data and came up with this. I mean, this is nothing but this is that city's map. Okay, and these are this is what do you say? I mean, the charts or these bars, which is looking here, this in black in color. No, this is representing the this one. I mean, death rates. Okay, at different places. Okay, so what happened is that Dr. John Snow came up with this chart. Okay, so this is nothing but the London's Soho district's map. Okay, at that time people didn't understand how this disease was spreading. Okay, so Dr. John Snow mapped cholera cases. Okay, and then he noticed that the most of the people who were dying, no, they were closer to a pump. Okay, water pump on a broad street. Okay, see this one. So this is the broad street. Okay, I hope my cursor is also visible to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the broad street. So he observed that death rates are very high in this broad street and particularly closer to this pump, water pump. Okay. So he observed these anomalies, and then he tried different things. Okay, and then he discovered that this water was contaminated. At that time, people were thinking that if water is transparent, then it means the water is very pure. Okay, there can't be any disease or any worm or anything like that in that water. Okay, so it was the assumption at that time. So then Dr. John Snow, when he mapped all these things in this chart, then he found this pattern that the people on closer to this pump were dying. I mean, the death rates were very high closer to this one, closer to this pump. So then he found that people. So he went at those areas and he understood that he got to know that this pump's water quality was very good. Okay, people used to, I mean, feel that this water is relatively sweeter than the other waters. Okay, so that's why people used to drink those waters. Okay, and then he understood that there is a very high, there is some correlation between the death rates and this water. Okay, then he when he investigated further, then he found that this water is contaminated, and due to this water only this cholera disease is spreading all over this city. Okay, So if you see that this map completely revolutionized how we understand this disease spread. Okay, and again he represented this analysis to others, and he was able to convince people that yeah, the water is the cause, like which is due to which all these deaths are happening. Okay, so yeah, so these were the, I mean, critical visualization which completely revolutionized the whole world, or you can say yeah, whole medical sector, or I mean yeah, medical industry. Okay, so yeah, these are some classical examples. So you can see that even in 1850s, 1890s, people used to do this visualization. People used to plot graphs and do the plotting of the data to change the others' perception, right? So I hope you got the idea how how critical data visualization is. Okay, so whenever you will work in some companies or at some places, you might need to convince your higher authorities or your boss or your client to take some decision. Okay, at that time these visualization plays a pivotal role, right? So yeah, was just a brief intro about this data visualization and how important it is. Okay, so I'll just now again go back to the slides. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So I think yeah, we talked about the definition of data visualization. It is nothing but the, I mean, the same thing. I mean, it's just nothing but the graphical representation of the data or information. So what are the importance of data visualization? So we understood that yeah, importance of data visualizations are like this: it simplifies the data, it helps you to identify the trends and patterns, it enhances the communication obviously, and it also supports in the decision making. Okay, so now let's talk about the principle of effective data visualization. Okay, so now we talked about this data visualization, so we understood that data visualization is important. Okay, and it helps you in many things. So now why, I mean, so okay, so but it is also the case, like I think Naval was saying, no, that it also based on your plot or based on your graph, it can create biasness. Okay, for example, that in that chart, Florence Nightingale's chart, there is also some biasness, so there are some mistakes, but ultimately it supports her hypothesis, so that's why it helped her to I mean convince others. Okay, so one thing is there, so if you plot something, okay, plot something randomly or plot something effectively, both are different things. Okay, so ultimately you have to see data, it is not always about some visualization. Okay, you should be effective. Yeah, Naval.
So if I may give an example, so when we
Hmm.
are plotting a graph, it's between two variables. So
Hmm.
like in regression or correlation, we try to figure out what is the significant value and how does one dependent variable vary with independent variable. We also check the correlation covariance metric just to check if there is any correlation coming in. If you don't
Hmm.
do that, if you blindly just plot X versus Y, and then there's a spurious correlation, then that becomes a very big bias. I'll give an example. In older times, people thought that bad
Hmm.
air causes malaria. They thought that by inhaling bad air, someone gets malaria. So malaria actually comes from the word mal aeris, which means bad air.
Hmm.
What they didn't realize that where water is rotting, the mosquitoes are forming. So mosquitoes are creating malaria, not mal air. But
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
they did not know that there is a correlation between water and mosquito and malaria, because I did not know that time. That's the example that if you plot a chart between two variables, there could be bias because those two variables may be related to a third variable, which might be the actual causative factor. So correlation and causation gets has to be established before plotting something. That's why the
Correct,
domain
correct.
expertise is required.
Yeah. So yeah, so this is so this malaria is also one of the examples why effective visualization is required. And other than this, I'll give you some one more example. For example, let's say you have 1,000 data points, okay, and there are two variables. Both variables are numeric, or one variable is numeric and another is variable is categorical. You simply do the scatter plot, okay. So how much I can say that will just understand. Will you be able to make any decision? Okay, there are 20 categories or I think 30 categories and 100 or 1,000 data points. So it won't look clear. Okay, I mean it will look very messy. You won't be able to make any conclusion just by seeing that. Okay, so that's why you should so in these cases you should use some other visualization or some other graph or some particular graph which can help you to find the insights clearly. So this is one of the example. I mean, I can say here that why you need effective data visualization. For example, whatever Naval said, I'll just take his example and I'll say, see here also, if you see that maybe just by doing some plot, I mean, you were not able to reach at some conclusion, okay, and or maybe somehow got this conclusion that yeah, malaria is happening due to this bad air, okay, due to the poor air quality, okay. So you can see how much uh, issues or how much problem it can create, right? Because just due to this wrong interpretation, still this disease won't stop. Okay, and they will. I mean, so many doctors will uh, put their effort in the wrong direction. So that's why effective data visualization is also very critical. Okay, I mean your visualization should be able to should be able to direct people to in the right direction. Okay, so what are the principle of effective data visualization? So first, so there can be multiple principles. Okay, I mean I can talk about, see, first there should be clarity in your visualization. So if you have plotted some graph, so it should be easy to read and interpret. Okay, so definitely there should be clarity. Okay, just avoid clutter and focus on key data point. Okay, I mean let's say if for example here only I said this one, so you should typically avoid the, clutter. I mean if there are so many data points, I mean, and if you are able to filter it out, no, and see focus more on the important data points, no, just or important part of that data, no, you can do that. Okay, so this is one of the example by which you can also improve the clarity of your graph and all. Okay, so obviously for effective visualization clarity is important. Then comes accuracy. So whatever you have represented, so so you should also ask yourself that whether it is representing the actual information. Okay, so whatever you are saying, is it the information whatever you are representing, so is it correct, or you have altered something and due to this some conclusion is coming? Okay, so you have to focus on accuracy, and then you have to focus also on efficiency. Efficiency means you can say that how fast you can convey the intended messages, right? Then comes consistency, and obviously engagement and simplicity. Okay, so your visualization should be simple, more clear, accurate, and efficient. Yeah, Naval.
Sir, if I may give just one more example to highlight so visualization, the trends are very useful for taking decisions. So as you correctly mentioned, sir, the data should be reliable and accurate. So there's a classic story of an Indian soft drink company whose sales manager asked when the sale of say Pepsi or Coca-Cola is highest in India. So it's common sense that the sales will be highest in summer because that's
Summer.
when we'll drink a lot of cold drink. But the fact was it's wrong. The sale is usually higher in November and December. Because a lot of marriages happen there, and in Indian marriages we serve Coca-Cola in a larger bottle. In small glasses we serve. So actually the sales of cold drinks peaks in the November December season,
November
the
end.
cold. But because if you don't trust data and the bar chart shows that the sales is peaking in November December, you will first like question that maybe the data is wrong. So if the data is
Correct,
trustworthy, then you will dig deeper. That why sale is increasing. Is the larger bottle selling more or the smaller can selling more? Then the moment it's larger bottle selling more, then you will know who is buying those larger bottles. Is it business sales or consumer sales? Then you will. So the point is trust in data is very important. Otherwise, you will feel that there's some mistake in the chart and you will ignore that chart.
correct. So yeah, this is also one of those examples where we will see that, I mean, how you should obviously you should first also understand whether your data is accurate or not, and based on this only, like, you should proceed. If it is accurate, then you should dig deeper, like why something is happening, right? So that's yeah. So this is all about data visualization. I mean, why it is important, and just the intro of this data visualization. Now let's see the okay. Okay. Before going to this Plotly library and all, okay, let's see this one. Why this one? I mean, how, what are our objectives and how to decide the which plot is important at which place? Okay. Uh, I need to open this one. Okay. Now let's move to the collab. Okay, where we have kept few things. Okay. Yeah, I hope it is. Yeah. So see, again, now if you ask me, I mean, definitely many of you might be thinking like how to identify the most suitable plots for your data, right? So yeah, many people have already classified. It completely depends on your data type, and also like what type of thing you are going to represent. Okay, whether are you going to represent some relation, are you going to represent some comparison, or are you showing some distribution? Okay, based on all these things, or is it related to some hierarchy? Okay, based on this you can decide, okay, which type of chart you have to use. Okay, for example, if you have, if there I mean, if you want to show the relation and you have only two variables, then in that case scatter plot and line graph is a good will be good. But if you have multiple variables, then you can use
Excuse
bubble
me, sir.
chart. Yeah.
Can you zoom it out?
Okay, just I'm just trying, but I don't know, I mean, why it is not happening.
You need
Yeah,
to zoom here, sir.
yeah, it is happening. It is happening. Earlier I was just doing this, but I hope it is visible now, right? Okay. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So okay, just go through this. Okay. Otherwise, also I'll just give you one uh document, I think, which is on this topic only, like how to choose the right data visualization. Okay. Here it is just a small flow map. Okay. If you see that, if you have to show the relation, then if it is between two variables or multiple variables, if it is between two variables, you can go with scatter plot or line graph. Okay, if it is between multiple variables, then you can use bubble chart, area chart, scatter plot, matrix, and heat map. Okay, and in case if you have to show the comparison, okay, if it is among time, okay, and one variable per item, then if it is between I mean, one variable per item or two variable per item, if it is between one variable per item, then you can go with bar chart, pie chart, stacked bar chart, group bar chart. Okay, and if it is between two variable per item, then in that case, again, you can see how many categories are there. Okay, and based on that you can decide. Okay, similarly, if you, it is a like time based chart, no? Okay, if it is a time series data, then you can go with these type of charts, like line charts, column charts. Okay, circular area. Yeah, so these things are there. Okay, then in case, so if I'll tell you just one example of the recent session. Okay, so if you talk, see why this specific type of visualization is important at some place. For example, in recent one, in one of this data visualization project session. Okay, this is a course I take over. So there, in the project one group, what they have done is that they have plotted uh, this one, a funnel chart. Funnel chart. Are you aware about that funnel chart?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'll show you an example of funnel chart. Okay, maybe later also. It's like a okay. Maybe yeah. I'll show the once. I'll again. I'll connect the screen. No, then I'll show that. So funnel chart is just like a. You can think that it like a funnel. Funnel, you know, na?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, funnel, you know. So funnel, you see, no, at the top there is a high.
More like a cone upside down.
Right. Cone, like more like a cone upside down. Okay, yeah. At the, so is the funnel chart is like looks like that only. So at the higher level there are higher number of data or higher number of things, and from there you will come up at certain smaller numbers of thing, and then something like that. Obviously the data point or something, whatever data is there, no, so that will reduce. Okay, or maybe from this flow, the section 1, section 2 will come, or section 2, section 3, and section 4 will come, and the size will reduce. Okay, this will directly come to your mind whenever you will see this flow, this funnel chart. Okay, so what they have done is that what they have done is that they were representing completely distinct category using the different section of funnel. Okay, so see, by default, just by seeing the funnel, it gives us a sense that something is reducing. Okay, if you use if you use the same chart for, I mean, just for showing the different categories, no, that is not, you should avoid such thing. Okay, because see, ultimately these charts are very useful in those cases when something is decreasing. Okay, the categories or something is decreasing, and it is showing some interconnection. So that's why good understanding of different graph type is important, and this is also important when you have to use that. So this was one of the example, like which we okay, yeah, you can get this chart. So you will get this chart, and just by so this is just a smaller chart. I'll give you one example. I'll give you one PDF. Okay, there, I mean, different graphs, or I mean, we have compared all the graphs, and yeah, we have mentioned, not I have mentioned, I have not done that. So someone has created that PDF. Okay, yeah. So I'll give you that as a reference. You can see how different uh, different graph or different plot can be used. Okay, and what particular scenario you have to use that. Okay, so I'm assuming that will be very helpful for you guys. Okay, and I think yeah, maybe yeah, this one. Okay, let's go through this section quickly. Okay. Reduce the size. Sometimes I don't know, I mean, why the button, computer button.
Sir, just a question. Do you have
Yeah.
any specific data set on which you are
Hello.
going to do, or because I have one data set in mind?
Okay, no. Today, I think, yeah, there are random data sets. I mean, so we have used the sample data set only. Okay.
Yes, sir. So it's a sample data set only from
Uh,
SQL library.
okay, which one?
But actually, I was actually working on that. So maybe if you can help in identifying, only there are 10 columns,
Yeah.
but
So
all
maybe,
the columns are
yeah.
numeric.
Okay. Maybe we can take it later. Okay,
Yes,
because
sure.
there are many graphs. Okay, I mean, and yeah, we have already created these things. Okay, using those graphs. So the basic idea is about showing this library. Okay, give the demonstration of this plotly library. Okay, maybe just by tweaking the data set. No, I mean, just tweaking this data set names, you can do that. Okay, or maybe I'll do that last at the end, right?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. So if you see how you should, I mean, see, whenever you get the data set or something, so you have to ask few questions like, what does my data show? Okay. What target do I wish to achieve? Okay. I mean, performing on ADA, like after performing ADA, like what is your target? For example, Naval was saying about this cold drink example. So here he has the data, like he wants to understand. I mean, the person like who was going through this data. So he was trying to see like when, I mean, the cold drink sale is increasing or when the cold drink sale is decreasing. Okay, based on that, they might be planning the stock. Okay, I mean, they can plan their inventory. Okay, and how many? Okay, I mean, based on this, they can take some decisions. Okay, related to inventory size. Okay, so that can be the case. Okay, so definitely, obviously, you should be have a clear understanding like what do you want to achieve through that EDA. Okay, then after that, you can think about like, is there any pre-processing required? Okay, and then who is your audience? This is also a very critical thing. Okay, who is your audience? That is very important. For example, if some person is there from tech background and there is one person who is from non-tech background, so I mean it will matter. Okay, for example, if you have to convince someone who is from tech background, at least yeah, from the same domain, so you do not have to focus more on the some smaller things. Okay, for example, let's talk about just the financial charts. Okay, maybe from stock market, let's talk about this candles. Okay, so whoever I mean whoever has the understanding of this stock market now, so you would have the idea of like what a candle represents. Okay, so what is high, what is low, what is the opening price, what is the closing price, you you have the very clear understanding of that. Okay, but in case if I have to present the same thing to someone who have zero knowledge of this sector, then there we will have to go from scratch. Okay, or at least we have to create a plot in or create a slide in such a way that people should able to interpret it. Okay, so that is important. Or for example, here also like I mean, if your people if the your client is not from tech background, then yeah, you will have to go deeper. Okay, I mean, a graph and a plot should be very simple. So that is important. Okay, understanding of your audience is important. Okay, then comes design. Okay, so okay, actually he is talking about this one, I mean this example like effective, you can say that okay, so he is saying that yeah, usually if you see that a BJP represent generally represent everything using saffron color and Congress with light blue. So you know that, I mean, the BJP's agenda, I mean, BJP takes the what topic BJP covers, so there are relations. So we call this as a data semantics. Semantics is very important. If we, I'll give you one example of data semantics also. Okay, so why data semantics are important? I'll give one example. Maybe okay, let's see this one. Okay, I'll just give you one example of data semantics. Mhm. Let me search it on Google. Maybe I won't be able to find it now. I'm just trying to search it. If I get that, well, yeah, I got one. Okay, I'll share my screen again. See this one. Are you able to? Okay, I hope it is visible now. So see this one here. So what? Are you able to find something? I mean, anything unique about this? With this plot, or I mean, this
Different color
chart?
name with
Different color name with different.
color.
Yeah, correct. So if you see here, this blue text is written in red color, right? Green color is green text is written in yellow color. Yellow text is written in green color. Okay. Are you able, I mean, okay. If I ask you to read very fast, no? you won't be able to do that. Why? Can someone say the reason behind this? Anyone?
Can you repeat, sir?
So I'm saying if I ask you to read it, I mean, let's say this is one example, and there would be another example where blue will be written in blue color, green will be written in green color, red will be written in red color. Okay. So I mean, which one you will be able to read faster? What do you think?
Same color, same name.
Same color, same name, right? So that's why you can think that, I mean, people are able to correlate this color with their, I mean, color with their properties, right? For example, uh, let's say there is another example. Let's say, let me see. Fruit name. Actually, I know those graphs. So that's okay, not this one. A different bar chart. Okay.
Third one makes sense somehow.
Yeah, this one.
Yes, like at least something.
Yeah, at least better than the other. Okay,
Yes.
so I'll tell you here. Okay. Here, maybe I just wanted to open that chart. If it is not present, no, then I'll just take some example. Okay, let's see this
Maybe,
one.
sir, even better if we would have just created charts on our own and colored them.
Yeah, I have
Mm,
that. I mean, yeah, I do not want to waste the time. So that's why I'm doing this. Otherwise, I have the data visualization course slide also. I mean, there everything is there. For example, just go through this one. Okay, maybe here in this one, okay, this is not a good one. Okay, I don't have that chart. Okay, maybe, okay, just see this one. Okay, just see this one. Okay, here, let's say this is orange. Okay, maybe this is the color of the, this is the color. Okay, let's say in this one, if this one is being represented using this one color, I mean, green color. Okay, and this cherry is being represented as a blue color. Blueberry is being represented as a red color. Okay, and apple is represented as a black color. So whether this graph by default, maybe if you use the by default color, no, I mean, usually we see the, no, I mean, usually we, whenever we do the plotting, no, we use default colors, right? So why this color, this semantic is important. So I'm trying to tell you that. So here, see, in typically in these cases, let's say here, I mean, on x-axis, no, there are different fruits. Okay, apple, blueberry, cherry, and oranges. Okay, so they have used the same colors for those fruits, right? Why? If it would be in different colors, no? For example, here orange is in the red color, cherry is in the black color, blueberry is in the red color. Okay, something like that. Then it will be hard to interpret, and obviously it does not make that much sense. So that's why you should always try to do this color coding based on some based on that data sets properties also. You should take care of this. If there are no correlation, or I mean, if those I mean, this color combination is not making that sense, no, then you can avoid that. But yeah, these things are important when we talk about the effective visualization, no, these things are important. Okay, so I hope you got the idea, right? Right, because the brain registered the color more than words, right? That is also true. Collab link, yeah, we will share the collab link at all. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, let's go again to the collab. Yeah. So till now we have understood like why visualization is important, why effective visualization is important. Okay, first we understood like what is visualization, how it is important, what all things we should take care during doing any plot and all. Okay, and why effective visualization is important, right? So these, I mean, in the recent cases, like what we discussed about this color semantics and all, here if you see that, I mean, see, it is not always about only visualization. It is also, I mean, effective visualization is also important. Okay, and if you see that, I mean, this, if you see the even the course, if you when you will take the course in degree level, when you will take this data visualization course, it is all about talking. I mean, throughout this course, we are focusing more on this effective data visualization, not on the chart, any chart or any particular graph, any particular library or any particular tool. So that is important. Okay. So here, as we said at the beginning only, the complete focus will be on introduction to data visualization using Plotly library. Okay. So with till now, what we go, I'll just refresh it. I mean, I'll just briefly give the summary of what we discussed till now. First, we talked about the data visualization. We gave the introduction to data visualization. We talked about some historical examples. Then we talked the important principles of data visualization. And now we will enter into this field about a Plotly library. Okay, so I'll just show what we will be covering. Okay. So from here, I'll give you the what we are going to cover. So first we will talk about this Plotly library. What is Plotly? Its history and development, a little bit about that. Then we will compare. We'll give you the comparison of with other visualization tools like Matplotlib, Seaborn, and other D3JS. All these things are there. Okay, what are the advantages of using Plotly library? Okay, then we'll see how to set up Plotly library. Then we will talk about some basic Plotly graphs like line chart, bar chart, pie chart, bubble charts, scatter plots. Then we will go through this one. Okay, I mean, when you have to use this line chart, bar chart. Okay, obviously trends over time or continuous data. So these things are there. Okay, then we will talk about some advanced Plotly graphs like Gantt charts, Sunburst charts, uh, yeah, Sankey diagram, tree diagram. Okay, then at the end we will see few 3D charts like surface plots, scattered 3D. Then we will see this geographical plots like chloroplath and scattered geo. Okay, so these are the things. So interactive visualization, we won't, I mean, this is beyond the scope of this workshop. But yeah, I have just I've introduced this. But since this workshop will be only for 1 day, so yeah, we won't be discussing this part. Okay, so we will okay. It is
So
all
the
about you can
workshop is
explain.
of 4 days, no?
Yeah. So day 2, day 3, day 4 is assigned for other things. So that's
Like
why I have
what
got
is
just
the structure, if you can tell?
yeah. So today we will discuss introduction to data visualization using Plotly. Then tomorrow we will go through the introduction to Collab. Okay.
Okay.
Then day after tomorrow and day 3 and day 4 we will discuss this one, introduction to Pandas. Okay.
Okay. So we'll go from pandas basic to advanced, something like that.
Yeah, like that. So there will be 2 sessions for Pandas.
So,
Okay.
sir, just one question. Like, why are we like using pipeplot, no?
Plotly,
Plotly.
Plotly.
So why not pipeplot? Any specific
Plotly has much more things than this Plotly.
pipeplot?
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
Shit.
then Pyplot.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But still,
So
sir, like
Plotly is better.
industry standard is matplotlib. Like what I
So
have
if
seen,
you
I don't know.
actually Matplotlib is the older version, and
Okay.
Seaborn is the enhanced version of this Matplotlib.
Okay.
Okay, Seaborn is the advanced version of Matplotlib. Okay,
Hmm.
and then here comes this Plotly. This one. Yeah, this Plotly library. Okay,
So Plotly
which is
is
much,
the best one as
yeah, at least yeah, better than these 2 things. Okay.
okay.
So here you have a better scope and there are so many things. And even there are multiple libraries. See, libraries are endless. If you see in the data visualization course, I mean, if I talk about that, we have introduced like 15 to 16 library things. Okay. And there are n number of tools in the market. Okay.
Mhm.
Then you have d3.js. Okay. where you can write your on your own, and you can create some customized.
D3.js, yes, I know.
Yeah, you can create some customized graphs and all. Okay, you
Mhm.
saw those graphs, those two things. I mean, Florence Nightingale chart. Okay, and
Yes,
this
sir.
one. This where is the some unique charts. Okay, and something innovative. Okay, so those are the things. So even in the course also, like there are many people like who create. If we will have some time, no, then I'll show you some your seniors performance. Okay, I mean they also created some charts. Okay,
Okay,
for
okay.
their presentation. No, I'll show a few things. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, so they had created from scratch. No, so yeah, so I mean it's all about, see how many dimensions you will be able to show in your data, in your diagram. So that is very important. Okay, I mean that also makes sense. Okay, yeah, thanks Naval. I think Naval has also messaged here like what all things we will cover in different session. uh yeah, so in the advanced plotly graphs, we will cover Gantt charts, Sunburst charts, Sankey diagram, tree map, and then surface plots, scattered 3D, choropleth maps, and scatter geo. Okay, all these things will be covered. Then in interactive visualization, yeah, which we are not going to discuss. So yeah, obviously you can explore on your own, like how to add drop downs and sliders. Okay, then how to create dashboard using plotly dash. Okay, so in the plotly also, like you can create the dashboard. Yeah, so this is all we are going to cover today. Now we will go to the collab only, and we will take everything from there. Okay, let me open the collab.
Shall we do it parallel with you?
Sorry.
Shall we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it parallel with you? Do we
So
also have to collab and do it?
it's fine if you understand. No, I mean it's okay even if you do not do these things. Okay, because I mean it will take too much time, and then I won't be able to cover so many things. Okay, so what
Okay.
will be the task for the today's session? No, I'll the same thing. I mean I'll give you all the questions. You just have to use different data sets. Okay, I mean you have to use different data sets, and you have to fill all the complete collab. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be the task for today's session. Yeah, that I was
We'll
about to
import a
say.
different data set of our own into that
Yeah,
collab.
yeah, I have also used the I mean different data sets only for different cases. But yeah, you can I mean for the same data points, you do not have to use the same data set which I have used. Okay.
We
So
have to
that's
use different one. We cannot use
yeah,
your.
yeah. Maybe for example, let's say, okay, I'll show it. Okay. Maybe for some time I will just share my complete screen. Yeah. Here, if you see this one, for example, here also like we have used the sample libraries, sample data set only, but there are n number of, I mean, we have used different data sets at different places. Okay. For example, here, see, here we have used this Gapminder data set. Okay. So this is available. So we have used for this plot now, we have used this one. Then maybe at here, I have used iris data set, right?
Yeah, the plot.
So
Okay.
you cannot use iris at this place. So this will be the minimum requirement. Yeah, you can use different. Okay, maybe this one you can use in case one, and in case two you can use the case one data set. Yeah, that is also fine with
That
us.
way we can change it. Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
that is there. Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Yeah. So let's go. Okay. Let's
Sir, can you
introduce.
share this collab right now so we can also see on our own screens?
Okay. Actually, currently, let me see whether I have this blank version or not, because we won't share this codes. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Or maybe I'll see. Okay, I'll see what all things I can do.
like as
Because
of
like
now, if you would have shared the code as well, now we would have just like manipulated
okay,
it on our own and all that stuff
okay.
after creating
I'm
our
getting.
copy.
I'm getting your point. I'm getting your point. Okay, but I don't know. I mean, whether I have a blank sheet, because like this was supposed. I mean, all these things it was supposed that you were supposed to do this on your own. Okay.
Like yeah, I completely
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. Because see, all these things are available. Okay, whatever we have written here, no, many of the things will be directly from this plotly library only.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So my job is to just introduce you how to use these things. Or otherwise, if you will go on your own, no, directly to the plotly library, it will take you more time, completely higher time than the. So obviously, I'll just explain it in 3 hours. Okay, and all the important things. Otherwise, you will just get yeah, you will be little confused and all. So yeah, so this was okay. Let's see this one. Okay, so let's see introduction to Plotly. So why Plotly is important? So again, there are multiple advantages of using Plotly libraries. So first of all, it is a very powerful and open source graphing library, right? And if you see this one, okay, I hope my screen is visible. Okay. And here also, like I have completed. Okay. Let me see this one. Okay. Okay. I think they have not come. Okay. Maybe yeah, it's fine. So in Plotly, obviously, we use it because it is a very powerful library, and obviously it is also open source library. If you see its capabilities, no, I mean, there in this library, if you talk about this Plotly library, it supports multiple languages like Python, R, and all. Okay, so that is also there, and apart from
Sir,
this, there, yeah.
sir, sorry to disturb, but are you going to share this collab file?
Yeah, at least whatever theory part is written, no, that will be shared with you. Okay,
No, I
and
am
you have to,
asking about that coding part, sir. So you
yeah,
are
yeah.
going to
So
talk us.
see, all these things I'll show you, so you can directly import. Okay, so for example, we will put some blank thing. For example, for this part, we will remove this part. Okay, and you have to put some introduce some data set, and you have to enter that. Okay, we won't do that. I mean, obviously, you can directly see. We will just it will be not completely blank. That is for sure. For example, in this one, we have used this part. No, this won't be there. This part won't be there. Okay, or at least yeah, we will share it in some question answer format. Okay, that you have to fill. Okay.
And it will be shared on the Google Drive.
Yeah. Or let
Okay.
me see. I mean, how we will share it.
Hey, because we are supposed to submit each day, no?
Each day. Okay. Let me see. Obviously, there will be some deadline. I mean, not okay. You have to submit it, but
Because
Yeah.
every day,
maybe yeah.
if it is at the end, we get all of them together, it would be difficult to submit all of them, no?
Right. So at least yeah. If in that case also like if
Continuous.
yeah. If it I mean if let's say this complete session I mean these sessions gets over by 21st, no, then also we will give you some at least 3-4 more days time.
One additional day per session.
Maybe more than that. Okay.
Okay.
So it will be
Fine.
something like yeah. Actually, I'm not aware about this rules. Was it mentioned in the document?
It was mentioned that the collab notebooks should be submitted for, you should attend and you should submit the collab notebook for getting the certificate.
So the
Okay.
deadline is mentioned, it's 22nd May.
22nd. Okay. Then yeah. So collab will be shared immediately with all of you. Okay. I mean, or maybe a blank one or the filled one. I don't know.
And maybe the deadline also, it could be considered whether it should be extended depending
Yeah.
on when we.
Yeah.
Share.
So actually, I am not the one like who will decide for this workshop.
Yeah, you can
So,
just put
yeah.
it forth, no, because
Yeah.
you are the
So
one.
that's whatever is mentioned in the document, we will try to stick to that. Okay. So most probably for this session, what I was thinking that we will be okay. Is link for collab notebook said. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, it will be better if you can share the exact notebook which you are using.
Okay. Exact notebook. I think this one not the exact one we are going to share. Okay. Because you have to do something, no? So that's why. Maybe I need to see that. Okay. I'll just cross check and then I'll let you know. There is a group, no, for this workshop, right? GSpace group.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just announce it there only, or someone will announce it there only. Okay.
In
So,
our Gmail spaces, we have a group actually.
Yeah, right. The GSpace group. Yeah. So there we will share it. I mean, we will share the details, like what all things we are going to share, or I mean, what will be which collab link will be given to all of you. Okay. So that is there. Okay, let's talk about this Plotly library. So we know that this Plotly is a powerful library. Okay, and since it's a open source library and also it supports multiple languages like Python, R, Matplotlib, JavaScript, and all, and also it has the interactive features which was not there in Matplotlib. Although recently I was just going through some posts, So where after doing something something with matplotlib, again there also like you can use some this one interactive, you can introduce some interactive features. But again, I can say for sure that that won't be good enough. I mean, that won't be comparable to this plotly. Okay, so plotly library is, if you see, I can say that this is the advanced version of the matplotlib or cbor. Okay, so in summary, I can say, see, although the matplotlib is highly customizable, okay, and it is widely used in the community, but it primarily creates static plots only, right? And it is not. I won't say that it is very not very. It is not at all interactive. Okay, so that is there. Okay, then Seaborn is built on top of matplotlib, and it also focuses on statistical visualization only. Okay, then no, you have Tableau and D3JS. So Tableau, you know that it is a commercial tool, and but in Tableau it is a paid version. Although yeah, Tableau desktop is a, yeah, you can use it for free, but there are some limitations for that also. Okay, then you have D3.js. D3JS is a complex one. Okay, where you can do from scratch. So all these things are there. So if you see, talk about the advantages of Plotly, ease of use, interactivity, like yeah, you will see in the upcoming graphs how it is, how I am saying that it is interactive. Okay, so cross language support, obviously it supports multiple languages like Python, R, Matplotlib, JavaScript, and all. Okay, and then you can easily integrate it with different web app. So this is one of the biggest reason why people use it. I mean, why people are preferring to use it. Okay, and then this is also one of the open source library. Okay, so that is there. Now let's move to the basic charts. Okay. Or before going to the basic charts, I think this was the, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So how to install it? In case if you are using it, if you have to use this Plotly library in the Google Colab, no, then you do not have to do anything. Otherwise, you will have to give this pip command. Okay. So that you have to. It is okay. Yeah. You have to install this library. Okay. Otherwise, if you are using Colab, then no need to do this. Okay. Okay. I think yeah. So just a side note on like what is plotly.express and plotly.graph objects. Okay. So it's like if you see that plotly.express is a high level interface. Okay. For creating easy to use and expressive plots. And plotly.graph object is a lower level interface that provides complete control over the appearance and behavior. In summary, I can say plotly.graph objects, you will have a control on everything, but plotly.express will have the direct library. You can directly, I mean, there are multiple modules. Directly, you can import that module and you can do the plotting. Okay, we will take we will do some plots using plotly.graph plots, graph objects also, and plotly.express also. Okay. And example of different charts, there are some basic charts like scatter plot, line plot, pie charts, bar chart, bubble chart. So all these charts code will be available at Plotly library website. Okay. So yeah, that will be there. Okay. And then there are statistical charts, scientific charts, financial charts, maps, 3D charts. All these things are there, but we are going to cover only those which we have mentioned here. Okay. So these are the charts we are going to cover. So in the basic graph, we are going to cover line chart, bar chart, pie chart, bubble chart, scatter plot, and then yeah, in the advanced plotly graphs, we are going to cover Gantt chart, Sunburst chart, Sankey diagram, tree map. Then in the 3D charts, we are going to cover surface plots, scattered 3D, and in the geographical plots, we are going to cover chloroplast maps and scattered view. See, it is not about only about the charts. So these are the, I think I can say that yeah, these are in the 90% of the cases you are going to use these charts only. Okay, so not more than this. Okay, but in case if you want to try out some other charts also, then you can directly refer this Plotly library. Okay, I think the link would be somewhere here. Okay, yeah, see this one. So here you can go through this library. So this is the Plotly library. Okay, here you can go through all the charts. I mean, all the charts codes are there mentioned here. Okay, for example, I have to know this scatter plot charts code. So here it is actually written here, right? So what you have to do is that you have to just change this scatter plot code. Okay, I mean the dataset code. Okay, so this is what I was saying, that in case if you are thinking that, I mean, this is the something, I mean, if you won't get this collab no, then you won't be able to do. That is not the case. You will be able to do. I mean, everything is written here only. Okay, it is just that we have put it everything. We have set everything here in some sequential manner. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so yeah, first we have to import plotly library. Okay, so we usually import plotly.express HPX and plotly.graph object as go. Okay, so yeah, that is there. Okay, then let's talk about the basic. So as I said, there are two type of. If you see here in this plotly library, there are two modules. Okay, I mean, at least here the two important modules, plotly.express and plotly.graph object. Graph object is used to create a lower level interface where everything will be mentioned by you, and plotly.express is a higher level interface where it is very easy to use. Okay, in simple words, I can say here a plotly.graph object is customizable, highly customizable, and plotly.express is a better version, I mean improved version, where you do not have to where you won't have control on many things, but yeah, it is easy to use. Okay, so yeah, let's introduce the plotly graph. Okay, so here again, first we have imported the SAP module, like which is plotly.graph object as go. Then we have created a figure object. Okay, so here we have initialized this variable named as figure 5g equal to go.figure. Okay, we have holded this object, figure object. Okay, so which will hold our plot. Okay, then we have added traces. So traces are nothing but the different, you can say that, yeah, this is just nothing but it represents your single visualization type, like line, chart, or bar, or scatter, something like that. Okay, so that is there. So we have added the traces. Okay, so if when I write this figure dot add traces, go is okay. So here in this code cell, if I tell you the each and everything here, so here if you see the line of code, this line of code, add a new trace. Okay, or trace, or you can say that data series to existing plotly figure. Okay, and this part. Okay, let's see this part. Okay, so in this one, go dot scatter, it specifies the type of trace which you have to add. Okay, in this case it's a scatter plot. Okay, then x equal to 1 to 3, this is your data set. I mean data set, at least, yeah, maybe you can say the one column of one feature, or y equal to 4 1 2, this is another feature. Okay, so these are the data points. And mode you have to define. Okay, what type of mode you are going to use, whether it's a line, or it is text, or you can say that third thing was this one, what do you say, I mean just showing points, so there are some names, I'm just missing that name. Okay, so that is there. So when you run this, it simply initialize the figure object, and it added the trace. Okay, go dot scatter. So then, since we have written here a line here, so that's why it simply connected all the points using this line. Okay, in case if I would have not written this line, no, then in that case it would not have added this line. It would not have connected all the points through this line. So that is there. So if you have to display this plot, then yeah, you can write directly the figure dot show. Okay, although here also, like, it is able to plot this. Okay, so now in case if you want to customize this layout, see, for example, I want to add some title. So here figure dot update layout, I added title equal to sample plot, x-axis title equal to x-axis, y-axis title equal to y-axis. So we are able to customize this layout, right? So to display this plot, yeah, you can use figure dot show. So this will show this. This will plot this chart. Okay. So yeah, same thing again here we have written, but here in this case, mode equal to, yeah, I was not able to recollect this name. So this is marker. In case here, what we have written mode equal to line plus marker. So that's why it has plotted lines also, and also it has used these markers to denote each and every point. Okay. In case, for example, if I remove this lines from here, what will happen? There won't be any line. Okay. So only the points will be there. You can see, no, all the points are mentioned here. So that is there. Okay. All right. So, okay, I just missed to introduce all these things. Palette, thing. Okay. So here, if you see this, this will, I mean, using this, you can download this plot. Okay. Using this, you can zoom in or zoom out. Okay. Obviously, this is pan button. Okay. Then if you want to do the lasso select, then you can use this one, and all these things are zoom in, zoom out is there. Then this one is to do this auto scale. Okay. For example, I have to zoom this part now, then I can directly zoom it, and I can go, I can see this closely. So these things are not there in your matplotlib library. Okay. So that is there. Okay. Now let's start using, let's go to the basic charts. Okay. From scratch, from starting. Now put someone please. Okay. So if you see here, what we have
Sir,
done is,
instead of a collab, if I download or import this plotty in VS Code, then all this zoom in, zoom out, download feature will be there.
yeah, most probably, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So here, if you see this line chart, okay. So now earlier what we used this plotly.graph objects, right? Now we are going to use this one, plotly express. Okay. So see the, how easy it is. So we had imported plotly dot express HPX, right? In the previous cell, we had imported plotly dot express HPX. So what we have to write here, figure equal to px dot line. So it will create the line chart. Okay. So here, first of all, what we did is that we imported this data set. So we have represented this data set as a df. Okay. So it's a, I mean, it's a representation of data frame, df equal to px dot data dot gap minder. Okay. And we have imported, we have given the query like, it will give us the continent, only those continents where Oceania is there. Okay. Okay. For example, let's see if you, in case if you want to see this data set, let's see this one. What all columns are there? So see, in this data set, we have country, we have continent, we have year, we have life expectancy, we have population, we have GDP per capita, we have ISO alpha, we have ISO num. Okay, all these things are there. So what we are going to plot here, we have simply imported this data set when continent is Oceania, and then we have plotted this graph using line plot, and we have entered x in the x variable we have entered year, and in the y variable we have entered this one life expectancy, and we have used a color as country. I mean different color for different country, right? So when we click on this, we will get this graph. Okay. So this shows the life expectancies of different country throughout the year, how it changes, right? So okay, let's do some changes here. Maybe let's compare the life expectancy of India and USA. Okay, for that, what we will have to do here, maybe, okay, in this case, maybe here we can write country in, okay, country, what was the word? Okay, see smaller only. Country in Asia, okay, not Asia, India. Okay, I also need to see whether it's India is written as capital or smaller. Maybe let's see. India and United States. United States. Okay, India and United States. Yeah, I think, yeah. Let's see what happens. Okay, we did something wrong. What's the mistake here? Can someone say what is the mistake here? Anyone?
So there is an extra bracket closing. So country in India and United States. So you have to give
Where is the extra bracket? Can you show me?
so inside that query bracket, we have country in, and then the bracket closes. Then India comes.
Here,
Close,
bracket closes.
then that and I don't know, curly braces or whatever. That's it. There has to be comma or plus if you want to concatenate two variables. Like the India thing, if you see, if India is not coming as variable.
You forgot a comma. Where we forgot the comma? India is their country dot query
Right.
country.
We
I
should
think
use a single quotation for India and United States so that it will encapsulate in double quotes, then single quotes.
Okay, okay. Which one? Okay, okay. So you are saying that okay. First it will
Yeah.
encapsulate. Yeah, yeah. So that can be also the reason. Yeah. So it worked. Okay. So here, if you see in this graph, we can see that how life expectancy is varying in India and in USA. If you see life expectancy in India around 1960, it was around 43 years. So average people in, I mean, on an average, people used to live up to 43 years only in India in 1960s. Although it is increasing, and yeah, so the gap, difference between these two is continuously decreasing, right? But still, if you see the currently also like around 2010 also 2007 also, the life expectancy of India is around 64 years and life expectancy of USA is around 78 years. So still there is a big difference. We can see that, yeah, country which is more developed, there the life expectancy is higher than the country which is not completely developed. Okay. So this is one of the example. Okay, I mean, yeah, you can tweak it here. Okay, maybe I have written here country in India. Maybe you can put continent equal to Asia only. And I mean, earlier it was continent was Oceania. And now you can put different continent name like India or India or Africa. Okay, then see how the things changes. Okay, you can change the color and all. So yeah, you can do the different things in the same graph and see. So the above example is the above example is a give okay, something wrong we have written. Okay, trends of life expectancy. Okay, so that is there. So now let's move to the next plot. So next plot is a scatter plot. Okay, in the scatter plot, if you see, what we do is that here first we have loaded this iris dataset. This is a very famous dataset. Okay, so you will find it everywhere. I mean, even on the SQLearn website also, like this is one of the most famous dataset. Okay, so here we have again here if you see that we have used plotly.express module, and here just by writing px.scatter we will be able to use this scatter plot. Okay, data frame is df only, and x equal to sepal width, y equal to sepal length. Color, we have color used a different color for different species, like setosa is shown as like in blue color, and greens I mean blue circle. Then versicolor is represented as a diamond in diamond shape, and red color virginica is represented as a rectangular uh, green green rectangle, right? So these are the colors we are using, and symbols also are also based on the species only. So that's why different color and different shape both are available based on the different species. Okay, so when you plot it, you are going to get this scatter plot. Okay, so if you see this, like when you will hover over this, okay, one more unique thing about this plot is that whenever you will hover no over different data points, it will show you things. Okay, it will show you the details of each sections. Okay, so this is all about this scatter plot. Now let's move to the bubble chart. Okay, So in the bubble chart, the same thing. Okay, it is just that in bubble chart, what will happen? We will add one more extra dimension to our data point, to our chart. So earlier we were able to plot sepal length with sepal width. Okay, and using different color also we were able to show one more dimension. Now what we will do is that we will put size equal to petal length. So what will happen? Now we will have different size of this circle. Okay, and the different size of circle will represent the uh, quantity of this petal length. Okay, so you can see that the different varying size of this bubbles are there, right? Okay, so that is there, right? Anyone has any doubt till now? Anyone? I see most of you are asking about this collab and all, collab link. I'll check again. I'm telling it. Okay, so Saurabh is an entity. Do not do annotation. Saurabh.
Dataset is available by default.
Yeah, annotation, no?
No, the
You are-
dataset which we are using.
Yeah. So these are the default data. I mean, these are the sample dataset which is available on these libraries. So IRIS dataset is available also on sklearn library and also in this library.
We don't have
in
to
this-
import it into Colab.
Yeah. If you just write it, no, px.data.iris, I mean, you can actually use this one.
We can access it.
Yeah, you can access it. So these are the sample datasets. Okay.
Can you give us the list of other datasets which are there already?
Yeah. I mean, see, if you will go to this library, these libraries, no, all these things are mentioned. Okay, so here also only you will see that we have imported 4 to 5 different type of datasets. Okay.
Okay.
So so you can use that, or maybe you can just use same thing. I mean, our different datasets for different examples for different examples. Okay, different dataset for different examples. So that is there. So this was the bubble chart. Now let's talk about this bar chart. Okay. So before going to the bar chart, can someone say what is the difference between bar chart and histogram? Or when to use which one? Anyone would like to give?
Histogram is the sorted bar chart.
Sorted bar chart, is it?
Means you can just send the order from descending to ascending. I mean descending order or ascending.
Also used for
If we are
interval.
interested in finding frequency, then we have to go for histogram.
Correct. So in typically histogram, whenever you have to plot the frequency of any column, no, then you have to use the histogram. Okay. And in the bar chart, although it looks like a bar chart only, but histograms, when you have just one variable, then you use the histogram. Okay. And bar chart when you have to at least 2 variables, right? So that is the difference between histogram and bar chart.
Also,
Okay.
histogram means that data will be continuous.
Histogram data will be continuous. Yeah, right. So that is there. Data will be continuous, and you have to just so histogram is representing just one data, one column of the data set, not multiple columns. Okay, I mean here in the bar chart you are showing the relation between relation between two variables. So that is there. Okay, so let's see the same data set, gap minder data set only. Here again we have queried, we have just imported this India's data set. We have imported only those data points where country is India. Okay, we have saved it as a data India. And again, see here again we have used the Plotly Express library, plot.express module, px.bar, and from here we have imported this px.bar. We have used this px.bar, and then dataset is data India, and in the x-axis we are using a year, and in the y-axis we are keeping population. And we have said the title is a simple bar chart example. Okay, so when we plot this, we can see that definitely the population of India is increasing. Okay, continuously throughout this year. Okay. So maybe you can change multiple things here also. Okay, can obviously, I mean, I hope you are aware that, yeah, if you, in case if you have to use for example, if you have to introduce one more thing here. So for example, if here it is our data points are talking about population and year. Let's introduce maybe color. Let's introduce this one. What do you say? Life expectancy. Okay. Okay. What is the spelling of life expectancy? Capital E. So this one, if you see this life expectancy, it is here from this graph. Now we can also see that the life expectancy is also increasing continuously, right? Throughout this, I mean, when through from 1950 to 2000, the year is changing, and based on this year, population is also increasing, and life expectancy is also increasing, right? So this is, yeah. So you can see that, yeah, here also, like, you can do the different changes in the graph. Okay, I mean, different changes in the variable, and you will get different graphs. Okay, now let's talk. So yeah, if chart gives Indian population from 1950 to 2007. Okay, now let's talk about the stacked bar chart and grouped bar chart. So if you talk about the stacked bar chart and group bar chart, so the basic difference between these two are that in stacked bar chart, you will put, okay, let's go one by one. Let's talk about the first stacked bar chart. So here again, we have just imported another data set, which is data.medals. So I mean, it's this data set has the information about all the like the medals, which different how many medals are taken by the different countries. Okay, or just see this.
Sir, here middle underscore long is the dataset name.
Yeah. So this is yeah. Actually, my keyboard has some problems, so that's why I mean these cells are automatically coming. Yeah. Okay. So this is your data set. Okay. So here you have nations, you have medals, you have counts. Okay. So this is how I mean these data sets are sample data sets saved in this Plotly library. Okay. So from there we are importing this one. So this data set, you can see there are 3 columns: nation, medals, and count. Okay. So in this for this plot, we have imported this one, and what we have done is that we are using the same. See, for stacked bar chart also, like what we have done here, we have used the same bar chart only. Okay, we do not have any separate library for this or any separate module for this. So we have used tx.bar long df x for on x-axis we have used nation. Okay, then on y-axis we have used the counts. Okay, and then on the color we have used different colors for different medals. Okay, so that's why these colors are stacked one over another. Okay, so that's why you see gold again here. One more reason. Okay, in this chart we are talking about color semantics. So I mean, what do you think? I mean, what should we do here? If I talk about the effective data visualization. Anyone would like to say? So I hope you understood. Here on this on x-axis we are representing different countries: South Korea, China, Canada, and on y-axis we are representing the number of medals. Okay, obviously first section first rectangle is representing the number of gold medals. Second rectangle is representing number of silver medals, and third rectangle is representing number of bronze medals. Right. So what changes you can do in this graph?
Maybe that number I want to put it.
Number. So obviously here hovering function is there, so you can go on each data, I mean each section, and you can see. For example, here I can see that.
Change the color blue to golden.
Correct. So this is what I was also saying. So here in these cases, so by default you got this blue, red, and green color. Okay, so usually when we talk about the effective determinism, usually you should use the data semantics. Okay, these things comes into the picture here. Ideally, you should use a golden color for this section. Okay, and then again silver color for this red section, and then bronze color for this bronze section. Okay, don't you think, I mean, this graph will be more effective directly by seeing? You can understand, correct or not? So
Yes.
yeah, pilot color gold, yeah. So that is there. Okay, let's see another data set. Okay, I think, yeah, this time we have introduced this one, px.data.tips. Okay, so here this data set is showing the different people information and how much total bill was there and how much tip they gave. Okay, and whether they was I mean, on what day they gave to the hotel, on what day they went to the hotel. Okay, and at what time. So this is there. So in this one, what we have done here is that we have just used the same data set, and here also see the again we are not using any other library or any other module. We are using the px.bar module only. We have I mean, we have used this data set. On x-axis we have kept the genders. On y-axis we have used the total. We have kept total bills, but the colors are based on the smoker. I mean, whether they are a smoker or not. So if they are a smoker, then the will be blue color. Yeah. So if they are a smoker, then it is represented as a red color, and if they are not a smoker, then it is represented as a blue. It is represented in blue color. So you can see that, yeah, there are high number of male who are smokers. So yeah, this is just an obvious thing. So yeah, so that is there. Okay, so okay, so in bar mode again, so one important thing here. Okay, so one important thing to note here is that for stacked area, I mean, for stacked bar chart, we did not do anything. We just set color as a color. We set color also as a parameter. Okay, I mean, we set some variable for color also. Okay, for stacked bar chart. But for grouped bar chart, you have to introduce one more parameter, one more hyperparameter. Okay, which is nothing but this bar mode. Okay, and you have to set bar mode equal to group. Okay, then only you will be able to plot this group chart, a group bar chart. Sorry. Okay, so here in this group bar chart, if you see, I mean, here there are, so you can see that there are blank white. I mean, so it's not a continuous, I mean, blue color. Okay, and here also it is not a continuous red color, right? But if you see here, the important I mean, most important aspect of this graph is that it has separated male and female. I mean, male and female on x-axis, and then it gave the total bill amount for both gender. Okay, and if they are smoker, they have kept it like this. Okay, if they are smoker, they are I mean, they are colored as a red color, and if they are not smoker, they are colored as a blue color. Okay, I mean, that bar is colored as a blue color, right? So in case if you want consistent color, no, then for that what you can do here is that instead of this, first let's.
Sir, here why the color is not consistent?
So it is a bar plot. Okay, I mean, when different this one, you can say that different samples are coming. No, I mean, between that, it is just separate, trying to separate that. I mean, it is stacking one over another. Okay.
So the
So
gap
here,
between the data points.
Gap between the data. So color is smoker, no? So for smoker, I mean, they are using the this one. For example, here, if you see, they are stacking one over the red over the blue. So there is a one small thread like thing for white, right? One small white thread. So here they are again keep stacking the same thing. I mean, stacking the different smoker, different samples. Okay, but it is just that in this part only blue is there. So only those people are there who are not a smoker. Okay, so that's why it is I mean, in simple word I can say this white is coming due to this stacking stacking property. Here also, like, they were stacking it, so that's why this white color was coming, right? Understood or not?
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah, so that is there. In case if you want to remove that white color, no, I mean, if you want a consistent, or I mean, yeah, same color, this one, no, then instead of bar plot, you can directly use this one. What do you can use the histogram. Okay, if you use the histogram, in that case it will directly give the count, right? Count of this one. So it won't do the this one. It won't stack the different samples, right? For example, maybe I can show it here. Okay, instead of this bar, let's use histogram, right? And x equal to yeah, white color equal to smoker, bar mode equal to group, height equal to, yeah, it will work. Yeah, so in this case we are getting the consistent color, because this time we are not stacking it. Okay, this is the time we are just creating a group bar chart. I mean, not the group bar chart. Yeah, something like that only. I mean, we are grouping the how many count of female, what is the count of this female. I mean, a non-smoker female, smoker female, non-smoker man, non-smoker smoker male. So that is there. Okay, let's move to the next chart. Next chart is this one, pie chart.
So you
Yeah.
have used PX for these histogram and for bar graph. In case
no,
instead of PX, you would have used the other kind of plotly thing. If you would have used, then would there be a difference in the display?
PX is the representing your plotly.express module.
Yes, and
Yeah,
Geo
so
is
all
representing the object model.
Which one?
Geo, if you use, you have used the short form Geo for the plotly object form.
Oh, okay, go. Yeah. So in that one, these libraries, these modules are not there. Histogram
they're different.
and all these are not there. Yeah. So that is so there everything is customizable. You have to write. So there you have to add trace. There you add methods like add trace and all.
Okay. Fine.
So yeah, there, I mean, you have complete control of the graph. Okay, what type of graph you are going to plot. So that is there.
Fine.
So you typically, if you are using any dataset, you usually use a plotly.express library module only. Okay, so that is there. So that's why everywhere you are seeing that px.py, px.scatterplot, px.line chart, okay, px.bar, like this. So everything, so all these things are saved in this px plotly.express module only. Okay, so in this is the pie chart. Okay, so for pie chart also, like, you have I mean, you have imported px.py df and values equal to tip and names equal to day. So names means the what are the columns are here. Okay, I mean, what are the section of this pie chart is there. So that is nothing but your day, that represents the day. And what is the amount? Okay, what is the size of that section? It depends on the values. It depends on the tip. Okay, so here you can see the on Sunday you get, I mean, the, okay, not on Sunday, okay, on Saturday they get highest tip. Okay, and on Sunday they get a little lesser tip than Saturday, right? And then this is Thursday also they have a very big amount of tip. Okay, so this is there. So typically I would if you talk about the practical thing, so whenever you have 5 to 6 categories, no, then you can go with the pie chart. Otherwise just try to avoid. Otherwise, if you have more than 5 to 6 categories, no, just try to prefer this one, I mean, bar chart. Okay, because human eyes are not, it's difficult to compare. For example, here this percentage is mentioned, so that's why you are able to see that actually that, yeah, this one is bigger than this one. But again, if the bar chart would be there, then you can easily see. But just by seeing this part, no, this section, you cannot compare that, yeah, this section is substantially bigger than this one. Okay, or whether it is both sections are equal or not. Okay, from these two you can easily compare. Okay, and especially so this is the case. I mean, here you had I mean just 5 sections, so I mean this much is okay. But if in case if you have more number of sections, no, or more number of categories, then just avoid pie charts. Okay, so that is there. Now let's talk about this one, field area plot. Field area plot is nothing but the same. I mean, you have to do the same thing. It is just that one above the another. Okay. So here again we have used this one, a data.gapminder. Okay, so you might be thinking that what is this data set? This gapminder data set is nothing. They have plotted life expectancy over, I mean, throughout the different country throughout the year. Okay, so so they have done the plotting of life expectancy over income and all. So this is what they have shown. Yeah, they have represented. Maybe okay. I'll just okay. Let's see the data set. My keyboard has issues. So yeah, we have country, we have continent, we have year, we have life expectancy, we have population. Okay, I think yeah, we have seen this. Okay. Yeah. So here in this graph, so first we imported this px.area. Then in this one, we have used data frame as DF. We have saved this data frame. We kept data frame as DF. Then on x-axis we have kept a year. On y-axis we have kept population. And then we have changed. We have chose the color based on the continents, and line group are kept based on countries. So that's why you are seeing that in Asia there are more number of lines. So obviously because Asia has a higher number of countries. Okay. Similarly for Africa, similarly for this one, you see that only I think the only 2 countries are there, no? So that's how we have done this plot. Okay. Now let's move to some advanced plotly graphs. Okay. So advanced plotting graphs are nothing but it is just that these are the graphs. Okay. Just give me some second. Yeah. Okay. So we have this Gantt chart. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, how many of you are aware about this Gantt chart? I think obviously most of you, I mean, whoever is the working professional, they must be aware. I'm assuming they are aware about this Gantt chart, right?
So we used it for our project as well, like the course project.
Okay. Okay. So
For
which
scheduling
project?
and all. Except for like app development wala project.
Okay. 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 Yeah.
BDM project also we have to use
Okay. Okay.
Gantt charts.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, whoever has gone to the, I mean, higher level courses, so they are aware about these charts. So Gantt chart is typically the charts which is, I mean, which you plot to showcase the project schedule. Okay, how you are doing, at what time you will do. Okay, so in this chart, typically on x-axis, you plot the different timeline, and on y-axis you plot the on y-axis you plot the this one. I mean, different type of task. Okay, so here let's say you have project A, project B, and project C. Okay, so all these things are there. Okay, let's say you have project A, project B, and project C. 3 different tasks are there. So for example, you have to complete this. I mean, obviously this task will be completed should be completed before the month of March. Okay, and this is the timeline. And the task B, project B will be completed, will start after, I mean, after March 2022, and will complete before May 2022. Okay, and then here we have task C. Okay, which will start this one, I mean, which will start in Feb. Okay, and will complete before June 2022. Okay, for this we have created this data frame. Okay, here if you see, we have created one manual. Okay, actually My keyboard is not working properly. Actually, since yes, yeah. Okay. So here, if you see, we have created this data set. Okay. Uh, here we saved this, task as a project A, task project B, and project C. Then start date we have kept. Okay. We have manually created this data frame. Okay. And we use this the same data frame, and this module name is dot timeline. Okay. px dot timeline. Here we imported this data frame, and then on the x-axis we have kept a start to x start equal to start, x end equal to finish, then y equal to task, and color we have kept based on the completion percentage. Okay, based on the completion percentage, the colors are there. Okay, so yeah, this is that's how you will plot this Gantt chart. Okay, and when you are going to use it, whenever you have to show the project timelines, so in those cases you are going to plot this Gantt chart. Okay, so that is there. Now let's talk about the sunburst chart. Okay, so sunburst chart, if you see, this is one of the hierarchical. This is one of the chart which helps you to plot hierarchical graph. Okay, hierarchical thing. Okay, whenever you see some hierarchy, in those cases you can use this type of charts. So okay, yeah, I can read. You can go through that. Okay, so it simply shows the data. Okay, which you which which are projected outward. Okay, so here if you see, there are other charts also similar to this one. Icicle charts and tree maps. Okay, all the charts are also used for this hierarchical to showcase the hierarchical type of data set. Okay, so here again, let's go through this code. Okay, so what we have done here also, like we have used the same that tip data set, and we have imported this dot sunburst module, and here in this one, again you have to mention this path. So path is nothing but it shows the preference, which one will be separated first, and what would be the preference. So here we have kept the day will be the first preference is our day. Based on that we will separate our data set. Then based on time we will separate it, and then based on their gender we are going to categorize it. Okay, so this will happen, and the values shows like what would be the size of that section. Okay, so here the size of all the section will be based on the total bill. So first you have day inside this circle, then you have time, then you have gender. Okay, and this section size depends on the total bill. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Anyone has any doubt till now? Anyone? If anyone has, please ask. Okay, otherwise we will take 4 to 5 minutes of break, then maybe we can continue again.
Sir, on Saturday and Sunday, there was no lunch chart.
Sorry, Saturday
No,
and Sunday?
there was no lunch, only dinner.
Okay, yeah, that is also one important thing. Okay, yeah, on Thursday we have lunch. On Saturday, Sunday we only have dinner. Right, good observation. Yeah, so on Friday we have lunch and dinner both. On Thursday we only had lunch. Right, since it is not there, so obviously, yeah, on these dates we won't yeah, there was no lunch on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, we will start at 9:15 again. Okay, can we take a break of 5 minutes? Okay. 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 Let's go to the next slide. Hello.
So
Am I
you
audible? Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. Okay. So we were talking about this sunburst diagram. Okay. In sunburst diagram, it is, I mean, whenever you have a hierarchical data, no, then you use this one. Okay. And especially in hierarchical data also, like if you see, you set the preference. First, you have to segregate it based on day, then based on time, then based on their gender. Okay. So you would put these things. Okay. And the size of this segment represents the total bill. Okay, so that, I mean, whatever you will put on the values, no, that will represent, that will decide the size of each section. Okay, so that is there. Okay, in case if you also pass color argument here, no, then what happens is that the color of a node is computed as the average of the color values of its children and weighted by their values. Okay, children means, I mean, what was the, I mean, inside or what was the outside. Okay, so based on that, based on that values also, this their sizes, I mean, based on this only, like the size, you will decide the size. Okay, so yeah, let's, okay, maybe it's better to go through the each and every cell of this code. Okay, so yeah, here if you see this one, okay, gapminder dot query equal to year equal to 2007. So it is giving you the all the data points which has year equal to 2007, right? And then yeah, okay, so then you have used dot sunburst module. Okay, and then df equal to data, data set is df, then path equal to continent and then country. So first based on the continent and then based on the country. Okay, values are population. So the section size depends on the population, right? Section size depends on the population. Okay, and then you have this one, color equal to life expectancy. So this represents the color of each section is based on the life expectancy of each country. So color of each section, if you see, the color of each section is based on the life expectancy of each country. Okay, so that is there. And then again here, if we see this, we have one more column like hover data. So hover data is just some thing, it is like here you, if you want to see, by default here what all things are there, labels are there, populations are there. Okay, I mean, parents are there, I mean, what was the parent column here, it was Asia. Okay, so all these things are there. But in case if we want this hover section to showcase something extra also, no, then we can put inside this hover data. Okay, so here you can see that we have we did not use iso alpha anywhere, but we want iso alpha value also in this hover, in this part. Okay, so in this part we also want hover this iso alpha. So that's why if we want something like I mean anything in this hover data part, no, then you can mention it here. Okay, so it is nothing but it, this is something additional data which you want to display with hovering over each segment. Okay, so this you can represent it here. Okay, then we have written color continuous scale. So color continuous scale is you, the color it shows the like which type of color you are using, which color combination you are going to use. So here bu, it is representing red to blue. Okay, from red to blue. So that's how it will change the color code. Okay, so it will give the red color to the minimum value and blue color to the highest value. Okay, so there are different color combinations you can try out those color combinations. Okay, so that will be there. Okay, then color continuous midpoints. So okay, here what we have done here is that we have taken the average of life expectancy column and we have given the weightage based on the population column. So it, what it will do is that it will set the midpoint for the color of scale based on the weighted average of life expectancy. Okay, it is not just like a random life expectancy average. Okay, it is a weightage average of life expectancy. Okay, with population as weight. Okay, we are using population as a weight. Okay, so this ensure if you will use this one, no, this will ensure that color distribution is balanced around the average life expectancy. Okay, so based on the population, you have calculated the weighted average. Okay, weighted average of each country. Okay, weighted average age of each country. Okay, and yeah, based on that, you have used this color combination. Okay, so that is there. Okay, now let's talk about another new diagram. So okay, this is Sankey diagram. A Sankey diagram is a flow diagram in which the width of arrow is proportional to the flow quantity. Here also, like whenever you see some kind of flow, no, then in that case you can use this Sankey diagram. Okay, whenever some flow is happening. For example, recently one of the graph I had seen that yeah, there were different countries and yeah, how much petrol, I mean yeah, I think just few days back I saw in news also, like they were showing something like a Sankey diagram only, where they were showing that like how much uh, petrol is getting imported from different countries. Okay, I mean the petroleum from different countries or getting exported from different countries. Okay, or who are the consumers. Okay, both sides they have kept countries only. Okay, and yeah, they were showing how many I mean how much for example how much US is exporting and how much US is importing. So that is also there. So that was being represented in this Sankey diagram. So you can see understand that Sankey diagram is nothing but it shows some kind. Whenever you see some kind of flow, no, then you can use this Sankey diagram. Okay. Here again we have created the same thing. I mean we have kept node, label, and color. Okay. I mean and here I mean basically we created our own data set. Okay, and using this data set we use see here I mean we use on go plotly dot this one lab in this module we use this yeah, Sankey module, and here node equal to nodes, I mean the nodes which we have set here, and link equal to links. Okay, so you maybe when you will go through this you will be able to understand it. Okay, I mean yeah, so based on this, so here link, if you see in the link we have kept it like source as 0, 1, and 2. I mean there are three categories, 0, 1, and 2, and then here on the target also like 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there are again three categories here. Okay, and we have kept the we have given the name also. Okay, so that is there. Okay, target node is there, like 3 represents gold, 4 represent silver, and 5 represent bronze. Okay, do not go with the like 0, 1, 2, and here 3, 4, 5. Okay, here yeah, so this is the data set, and we have also given the values of node. Okay, these are the nodes. Okay, these are the starting nodes, these are the ending nodes. Okay, and this flow size, this width of this one is representing how much like quantity of your medals. Okay, this one, this width of this one is representing the quantity of medals. How many silver medals are owned by this United Asia? If you see this one, okay, let's try to decode this one. Okay, United States is represented as 0. Okay, so see, first three are 0, and first three are here 3, 4, 5. Okay, means I mean silver, gold, and bronze. 3, 4, 5. So if you see 39, 41, and 40, 33. So if you see that US has won 41 gold, 41, okay, 41 silver. Okay, and then let's see this one, 39 gold. Okay, and then 33 bronze medal. Okay, this is the US data. Okay, and similarly for China won 32 silver, 38 gold, and this one 18 bronze medals. Okay, so that's how it goes. Okay, I hope these things are clear to all of you, or if you want me to explain it again I can explain it again and completely, or anyone. All right. If you do not have any doubt, then yeah, maybe we can move to the next section. Next section, we have tree maps. So tree maps are, again, this is also used to show the to visualize the hierarchical data. Okay, here it is just that I mean each section is being represented as a rectangle. Okay, so and the size of rectangle depends on the data values. Okay, so that is there. The input data format is the same as for sunburst chart and icicle charts. Okay, icicle charts we have not discussed. Yeah, sunburst charts just now you saw. Here they are also like we have kept this one. I mean they are also like we used hierarchical data only. Okay, the hierarchy is defined by labels. Okay, here whatever you will give the hierarchy, no, based on that only like it is going to give the preference. So here if you see again we have imported this gap minded data set and we kept the filter as year equal to 2007. So it is giving us the all data for 2007. Okay, all countries data. So we have in here we have used the tree map function, and inside this tree map you have used the data frame as df, and then in the path we have set first px dot constant world, then continent, and then country. So we have introduced a new constant variable, new column, or maybe in the data set which has all the values as world. Then we have, I mean, so first preference will be given to this one. Then we have continent. Then we will separate our data set based on continent, and then we will separate our data set based on country. Okay, and the size of this rectangle depends on the population, right? I hope all of you are clear, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, at least say something, yeah. I mean,
Yes, sir.
it's already 2.5 hours. I understand. I mean, it's a long session.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so based on, so here you can see, and also like see whatever I'm telling you, know, maybe I mean if you are not doing it on your own, so that's why you might not be getting confident. Okay, but at least whatever I'm telling, no, at least listen, and once you will do on your own, no, you will get confidence. Okay, so here in this one, again, px dot tree map, here we kept world as the first preference, then continent, and then country. Here you can see that the largest rectangle is showing the world. Okay, and all the continents are inside this larger rectangle. This black one is Asia, and this orange one is Africa. This one is your America. This one is your Europe. Okay, and here somewhere here you have Oceania. Okay, so yeah, these are the continents, and then inside this Asia continent we have two major countries, I mean two big countries like China and India. So this is based on the population. Here you can see because on the value we have set a population, so that's why the size of each rectangle is representing the population of each country. Okay, so China has the highest population, so that's why you are seeing the bigger rectangle for China. Then you have a very significant size of rectangle for India also, and then you have Pakistan, you have Indonesia, and all the other countries. Okay, so one important thing to note here. Okay, so which can you say just by seeing this graph, which country has the least life expectancy? Anyone?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Namibia.
Okay, yeah, Afghanistan and Nigeria. Yeah, obviously both are very dark red in color. Okay, I mean, yeah, Afghanistan has 43, and this one Nigeria has 46. So yeah, Afghanistan has the least life expectancy, and Nigeria is the yeah, little better. Yeah, obviously, but you can say that these are the countries like which have very least life expectancy. And which country has the highest life expectancy? Just by looking the chart.
Japan.
Japan. Correct, correct. So here, if you see, I mean, we also know that, I mean, this country has the highest life expectancy around 82. And similar to this, also, I think I had seen that this one, Canada also, like, yeah, 80.65. In America, 78. So Japan and Canada, these are the, I think, top two countries which has the highest life expectancy. Maybe let's change the color. Okay, I mean, maybe instead of red, blue, let's use this one, Z. I think Z will make more. Okay, I mean, there are different color combination. You can explore it on your own. Okay, see this one. Okay, here also, yeah, the red is representing you the color country which has the highest life expectancy. Again, Japan and Canada. Japan, then Canada, then US. Italy also has, okay, Italy has 80. Italy, Spain, France. Okay. All these countries is very high. Okay, this country also like Switzerland. Okay, 81.70. This is okay. Yeah, this is I think yeah, this is the second highest, right? Yeah, I think yeah. Switzerland has the second. Switzerland had the second highest life expectancy. Okay, this country is I think yeah, it is not visible at all. Okay, and yeah, obviously you saw here, no? I mean, we can zoom it and all that I saw. Okay, so this is all about the advanced libraries. Okay, now let's see some 3D charts. Okay, so yeah, 3D charts. We have like surface plots, scatter 3D. Okay, so these are the charts which we use to display the three-dimensional data. Okay, so again here we have created our own sample data set where we have kept x as a x values as a minus. We have taken 100 data points between -5 to 5. Okay, then on y-axis also like we have taken 100 data points distributed from -5 to 5. Then on z-axis we have used the sine function np.sine and you have used the np.square root of x square plus y all the data points and then all the values on x-axis and then np.new axis. So, okay, you can think it like yeah, some equation is there to take data points on y-axis on z-axis. Okay, so then how do we do this plotting? So we simply do this one. Okay, we simply do a figure equal to go dot figure data equal to go dot surface. Okay, on z-axis we are using this our z samples, on x-axis we are using x samples, and y on y-axis we are using y samples. Okay, and on the layout we are setting it as a 3D surface plot. Auto size we have kept it as false, so that I mean we can get the same plot size like which we can think. Okay, I mean we can set the width and what do you say, width and height of this graph. Okay, then we can set margins also. Let's see, maybe instead of 700 let's put 1500. Let's see. So this is the chart we are getting here. Okay, so yeah, so it's some at the beginning also like we were talking about this interactivity of this charts. So you can see that you can easily rotate it, you can change the direction. Okay, I mean you can completely rotate it. Okay, so this is also there. Okay, I mean this one is very interactive graph. Okay, so again if you see here, okay, maybe yeah, here also like if you see, let's say I want to focus completely on this part at particular section, no, that also you can do. Okay, so you can explore all these things. Okay, I reset camera. Okay, I mean when you want to focus again, I mean when you want to get the default view, that you can do. And maybe yeah, if you tweak the weight size, no, 700 by 700, then again you will get the complete plot in one corner. Okay, I mean these things are obvious, I'm just doing it, don't know even why I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, so this is there. Okay, in case if you want to put contours also, no, so these things whenever I mean when you learn this, no, you just try to use plot the things which you have learned in MLT course. Okay, so sometimes you are not able to visualize that properly, no, loss functions and all, just do the plotting for that. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, in this one what we have done here is that the same thing we have just put something extra here, that is that we have introduced the contours also, contour plot also. So you can see here, I'll explain the code. So you can just see the difference that yeah, at the top you can also see some lines, right, which is nothing but the contour, right? I mean have you remember like what was the contour, what is contour? Can anyone see it? Anyone? So it's just a projection of this on the z-axis. Okay, so okay, here if you see this one, so what we have done here is that till here the codes are same thing. Okay, we have okay, I mean up to here same code, go dot surface only we used to do this surface plot. we just we updated the traces here. So on the contours, what we have kept here, z equal to dictionary, so equal to true, use color map equal to true. Okay, highlight color equal to language, and then yeah, on the project z, on the z, what we are projection, we are doing the projection on the z axis. So we have set it as a true. Okay. So then we are getting this plot. Okay, and everything else is same. It is just that we have introduced one new term like project z equal to true, right? And we got this. We got the projection on z axis also. Okay. So since here you can easily see that this is the shape. All the shapes are all the 6 from top. It looks like a circle only. So that's why you can see that here we are seeing the circles only. Maybe let's see. Let's change the size of this. Let's change the width of this one. Okay. Okay. This one is green. Okay, you can see that all the projection on the z axis are circles only. Okay, so yeah, let's move to the next graph. So this 5 is there. Okay, import dot plotly dot graph object. Okay, I think yeah. Again, in this one, let's go for the scatter plot. Okay, for scatter plot again, what we have done, we have set our own data set. I mean, we have set our own data set, and mode equal to see what we have done here is that mode equal to markers. So can anyone say, like at the beginning we talked about this mode? What was this mode? Anyone?
Line plus marker.
Yeah, line and marker. There are 2 different type of modes. You can combine. There are 3 type of mode: line, marker, and text. So earlier we had used line, then we have used marker, line plus marker also. Can someone say no? I think the person who said that definitely I can say that yeah, he is attentive. He has been listening. Yeah. Other than him, anyone else who remember this thing? Yeah. So what is the importance of this one? So I mean, what does it represent? So for example, here we have mentioned mode equal to markers. So what will happen?
No line will be shown, only markers marking the points, data points will be shown.
Right. So all the data points won't be connected. So all the data points will be shown differently. I mean, shown as marked as a point. Right. Okay. Let's plot it. I think Vinayak has written some. Oh, and okay. See in this one here, you can see that all the points are plotted, shown. I mean, they are not connected. Okay, because we have kept it as a mode equal to markers only. Okay. In case if we change the mode, okay, instead of marker we can put line plus markers. Then in that case, what will happen? Anyone? I'm saying in case if I keep here lines plus markers, so what will happen?
It will show both line as well as markers.
Right. All the points will be also connected. Right. So these points will be there and these points will be connected. Right. So you can see that all the points are connected through a line. Right. And obviously it was showing that line plus marker. So obviously points are also there and lines are also there. In case if we remove this part, marker part, then only line will be there. One line in 3D will be there. Right. Like this. So it doesn't make much sense. I mean, it doesn't look good. So let's go before the, since we are doing the scatter plot, let's not ignore the line. Okay, here it is. Yeah. So this is the scatter plot. Okay. So we have 4 data points on X, Y. I mean, we have plotted it using X, Y, and Z axis. So you can rotate it. Okay, completely. All the 6 you can do here. Okay. Now let's go to the geographical plots. So there are, we are going to discuss 2 types of geographical plots. First is choropleth map. Okay, and then we have scatter geo. Okay, choropleth map, if you see, I mean, you are maybe, I mean, how many of you are aware about this term, choropleth? Anyone? Okay, just raise your hand so that I just. Okay, I think no one is aware. Okay, so choropleth is nothing but, I mean, here, I mean, whenever you are going to show some data over the map, no, then you call it as a choropleth map. Okay, it is just that you do not have to, you maybe use by using different color or something like that, you can show the data set. Okay, but in case if you okay, but yeah, in choropleth map there is one more cartogram. In cartogram you can change tweak the shape of map also. Okay, shape of the country. For example, this is the, if this is the shape of country, no, India. Here you can see that this is the shape. So we have not tweaked the shape of country. Okay, we are going to show some data based on this, and we are going to color it different. We are going to use different color for different country based on some parameters. Okay, to showcase some parameters. So these type of charts are called as choropleth. Okay, choropleth map. So that is there. Wrong map of India. Okay, maybe I don't know. Okay, Pritodip, I'll see. Maybe yeah. Hi, yeah. Maybe Gapminder data set. Then we have to contact this Gapminder. Okay. So that is there. Okay. Again, let's see. In this one data set, okay, choropleth map is there, and then we have set location as ISO alpha, color as life expectancy, and hover name we have also set as country. So again, can someone say what was the use of this hover name parameter? Can someone repeat it?
So when we move the cursor on top of a country, it will show the country name.
Right. It will also show the country name, since because this country name parameter was not used here anywhere. So ideally, whenever we will use this hover, no, hover activity, we will do this hover activity. It won't show the country name. See, but since we have kept it, we have saved it here, no. So that's why it will also show this country name. Okay. Then color continuous scale, so that you can set any color. For example, here we have used plasma. Okay, maybe instead of writing this much, you can also write like this. I think since plasma is already saved, in case if you use this one, this will also work. Okay. Yeah. So I think yeah, the color code have changed. Okay. So okay. So I might be, I would have zoomed it. Okay. So you can see that I can zoom in and zoom out. Okay. So yeah, the countries' color are based on their life expectancy. So this is the country and in 2007. Okay. So that is there. Okay. So that's how you can do this. You can do this choropleth plots. Okay. Now let's move to the next plot. Okay, which is nothing but, I mean, this one scattered geoplot. So whenever you want to do some, I mean, on the map you can want to show some data point, or I mean some value using some scatter plot, no, then you can use this scatter geo. The name itself says scatter on geographical maps. Okay, I mean geo term is there. So here also like the same thing, we have used the data frame, location equal to ISO alpha, color equal to continent, hover name equal to country, size equal to population, projection equal to natural earth. Okay, natural earth. Okay, and yeah, all these things are there. So you see here the size of this circle is size of this bubble is representing the population of that country, right? So that's how you can plot it. Okay. Yeah, then that's all from my side. Okay. Anyone has any question or anything to ask? Feel free. I think yeah. So what the hands-on yeah.
So in the code there, like, can you explain the mean?
Okay. I'll go again. Here in this one.
No, above, like two, 3 graphs before.
Okay, so scatter one or which one?
No, above. Like before this.
Okay, I understood this one. This one is it, or this one? This one?
Sir, I think before.
This one,
Yes,
color
this one
continuous
midpoint.
midpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have calculated the average, weighted average of life expectancy. Okay. So the life expectancy based on the population. Okay, I mean weighted average of life expectancy. For example, we use maybe some country has the least population and lower life expectancy also. So obviously, so it will have the lesser weightage. Based on that, we got the mean, and this midpoint will decide where we have to set the mean point. Okay, I mean this green will represent either 70 or 50. Ideally, this green should represent 50, no? Right? Ideally this green color should represent, because this is at the mid. Okay, 40, 70 and 90. Okay, 70, 100. Okay, so ideally it should represent from 0 to 100, something like that, or maybe whatever would be the lowest value. Okay, got
Sir,
it.
maybe like usually 0 would not be like a practical life expectancy anywhere in the world. So that's the reason they have put 40 as the basic.
Right. So see, again, what we are saying here is that color continuous midpoint is decided based on the weighted average of this life expectancy column. So this is the importance of this section. Okay, otherwise, I mean, obviously, so how they will decide the minimum and maximum point? This will be completely based on the data set. I mean, the range of this data point, this section, no, the range of life expectancy. Based on that only, it will decide this one, minimum and maximum values. Okay, can you please give a short summary of the graph in Colab? Okay, I'll just give. Okay, anything else you want to clarify? If you want, then I can say.
Sir, I think there was someone in the beginning who wanted his data set to be analyzed. I think we talked about that. We will look into his data set in the last. I don't
Sorry.
remember the participant.
Can you say it again? What did you say?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that student, but someone was telling that he wants his data set to be analyzed.
Okay, yeah. Maybe. So I mean, see, all the codes are here. What you just have to do is that you have to extract the column of your data set, and you have to put that in the at the place of df. At the place of df, you have to put your data set. Okay, and on x-axis you have to put the appropriate x-axis value. I mean column values, and on y-axis also you have to put some column values. So that is there. Okay, I mean if so he or she is there, yeah, he can ask. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just summarize again what we discussed till now. Okay, and what you should do after this session. Okay, so if you ask, then I'll tell you here is that okay. Let's go from the beginning. Okay, so basically in this session we discussed about the different plots which is available. At the beginning we talked about like why data visualization is important. Okay, what is data visualization? Okay, and then we talked about like what is plotly library, how it is better than the others, or like what are the advantages and disadvantages of this plotly library. Then how to set up plotly library. Then what are the basic plotly graphs. Then what are the advanced plotly graphs. Then we didn't talk about this interactive visualization part. Okay, so that is there. So yeah, hello, anyone saying anything? All right, yeah, so then we talked about these things. Yeah, so what are the, I mean, yeah, importance of data visualization. Example, we gave some examples like a Florence Nightingale's graph, and then John Snow's graph. Okay, how Florence Nightingale's graph helped in identifying the real reason for so many deaths during the Crimean War. Then like how John Snow's map helped to identify the reason of cholera disease. Okay, so all these things we discussed, and then so these are some classical examples of important to showcase the importance of data visualization. And then we talked about this one, like what are the principle of effective data visualization, why it is needed. Okay, then we talked about like what like why what is Plotly. Obviously this is one of the most, not most used I would say, but yeah, one of the most one of those libraries which have very big very high number of features. And yeah, it is one of the open source libraries. Okay, yeah, collab link I need to check. Okay, just wait. Okay, then how we compared it, like if we see it, I mean, if we compared with matplotlib and seaborn, so what are the advantages and disadvantages we have for this library? And then we saw like how to set up this Plotly library, what are the basic structure of a Plotly graph. Then these are the link of Plotly documentation. So plotly.com/python, you can see here all the graphs and all. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, so this one, I think, yeah, quick reference. Yeah. So you can see here, okay, I mean, all the charts like which we talked, those charts are there, and there are n number of charts. Okay, all the charts. So we were talking about this funnel charts, I think, at the beginning only. Just see this one. Yeah. So if you see this one, here it's clearly showcase the, I mean, the amount, like how it is decreasing. Okay. So usually you should use this funnel chart only when you are trying to see showcase some thing like which is shrinking. Okay, some information which is shrinking. Here, see, number of people who are visiting the website are 39. So how many downloads are there? 27. So how many potential customer will be there? 20. So how many how many people requested the price? That is 11. And how many sent invoice for how many people? 2. So you can see that there are, I mean, the numbers are shrinking. So in these cases, these funnel charts are make sense. Okay. So this is what we call as effective visualization. So for some person, like we were giving the example, so some person, I mean, they plotted this one and they kept different distinct categories on this to showcase this one. I mean, okay, on this bar chart. So this is not at all required. I mean, it completely deviates us. Okay, guideline for the submission notebook. No, I mean, you just have to. You will get the blank notebook and there will be questions and all something similar. You have to just fill it. Okay. Okay, you just fill it and share the same collab notebook. Okay, so that will be there. So yeah, this is what I was asking. I mean, we were talking at that point. Okay. Yeah. So then, yeah, there are multiple other charts also. Waterfall chart, candlestick chart, yeah, candlestick chart. So okay, and in the maps also, like there are multiple type of maps. Okay. So all these things are ML regression, Cannon classification, ROC and PR curve, PCA visualization, all these things are there. Okay. So I think, yeah, we didn't talk about this dash. So because, yeah, this is beyond the scope of this workshop, but definitely you can explore it later. Okay. This is one of the also like dashboard creation thing. You can create dashboards on dashboards here also. Okay. Then there are different 3D charts also. Okay, so you can explore this library. Okay, I mean, this is just a, I would say that just an intro of this data visualization field. Okay, the name itself says the introduction to data visualization using Plotly. So yeah, this was just a introduction. Okay, but definitely I can say that whatever charts we have shown to you can cover 90 to in 90% of the cases you are going to use these charts only. Okay. Yeah, so that is there. Then yeah, so what are the advantage of these libraries? Okay, okay, is yeah. So when you use these charts, like line charts, you are going to use like whenever you have to show some trends over time, or you have to show the continuous data, then you can use line charts. Whenever you have to do comparison among different categories, then you can use bar charts. whenever you have to show proportion of a whole, then you go for pie charts. Whenever you have to show the relationship involving three variables, no, or maybe, I mean, yeah, so then you can go with bubble chart. Then, yeah, whenever you have to show the relationship between two continuous variables, then you can go for scatter plot. Okay, so then, yeah, histogram is nothing but distribution of a continuous numerical data set. Okay, so that is there. Then you had these advanced charts, okay, and all. So yeah, then this will be the task for today's session, like take some real world data set, or I mean any data set, like whatever the data set which you know for some particular cases, you just not have to use that data set. Okay, maybe for example, like for example, chart one we use some particular data set, and chart two we use some other data set. You can just interchange it and you can do the plotting. So that is also fine with us. So that is there. So one good website, or I mean, yeah, one good slide I will show you here. I think I was talking about this. So this PDF, how to choose the right data visualization. So this is a very interesting PDF. Okay, where they have kept all the things. Okay, I mean, which one data, which chart you have to use. Okay, and where they have clearly shown all those things. I mean, okay, here if you see, okay, for like raw numbers, when you have to show some raw numbers so directly, okay, something like that, single value chart, single value with indicator, okay, bullet chart, table, when you have to show all these things. Okay, when you have to use the line chart, when you have to use spark line, when you have to connected scatter plot, when you have to use this bar chart. Okay, clearly they have mentioned each and every chart. Okay, pie chart, donut chart, a grid plot, stacked A bar chart, stacked area chart, stream graph. I think, yeah, we didn't talk about this thing. Waterfall chart. Okay. A tree map. Yeah, I think, yeah, we talked about this. Okay. Funnel chart. Yeah, we talked about this. Parallel set chart. This is nothing but flow map only. Okay. I mean, Sankey diagram. Yeah. So that is there. Gantt chart. Okay. Then, yeah, bar chart. Okay. So yeah, this one will be a good one where you can see that, I mean, which chart you have to use at different places. So that is there. Okay, so that's all from my side.
Sir?
Yeah.
So that PDF file that has all the list of charts. So are like all those charts are possible using Plotly, or like some of
Yeah,
those
all the
charts?
charts are all the charts are possible to using Plotly. Even those charts you can create using the Matplotlib also. Like they have given the simple charts only. I think. Yeah, 99% of the, see again when see what we say, some whenever you are going to create some beautiful chart, no, I mean, then you have to do from scratch. It is all about the dimension, how many dimension, how many information you can compress in a single chart. That also matters sometimes. Whenever for example, here in this scatter plot only, like we saw, no, okay, in this scatter plot, where it is, okay, in this one only. So how many dimensions we are covering here, just see. First of all, x-axis is covering sepal width, y-axis is covering sepal length. So 2 dimensions are here. Third dimension is species. Okay. So here, using different color, we are covering species also. So 3 dimension is there. Then the size of this bubbles. So that is dependent on this one. Which one? Petal length. Okay, petal length. So total 4 dimensions we are covering in this 2D graph, right? So isn't it interesting? I mean, we are able to cover 4 dimensions. So these things matters, and yeah, I mean, there are different graphs also. Like whenever you will see in some good newspaper, no, they use different. I mean, very excellent visualization. So actually, we do not have time. Otherwise, or maybe I would suggest you to go through the. Okay, obviously you will, when you will enter to the degree level, then you will go through the courses like data visualization and all. There you will see the plots and all. Okay, or and you can also search on Google's also. Like you will see many different type of charts. Yeah, DVD course. Yeah, Ritu. Yeah, or not only, yeah, DVD course, also like you can search on Google. Okay, you will see different type of, I mean, recent plots. Okay, just what I would suggest, I mean, if you ask me to give some exercise, so what I would tell you is that in real life, just go through some charts. Okay, I'm just see the charts. Okay, here and there, maybe in some newspaper and at some other place, you will see some charts. Just try to create it using d3.js library, because obviously those most of those charts you won't be able to produce using some standard library. So you have to create it from scratch. So d3.js is the destination where you can create it from scratch, and try to create it and use it on your own dataset. Okay, if you do such things, no, I mean, it will make your EDA unique. Okay, I mean, if you use those charts, so I mean, anyone will be impressed, because see, these bar charts and all, I mean, these are very common. Okay, people usually see it here and there. So whenever you will show something new, no, I mean, people will be more interested. Okay, so yeah, sometime obviously, I mean, in the companies, when you will working, no, I sometimes do not try multiple things. I mean, sometimes it becomes very complex to interpret. So that's a different story. Let's not go for that. But yeah. So all right, then that's all from my side.
Sir, but
Anyone?
it can be
Yeah,
used to plot most of the graphs, like which
right,
you
right,
were
right. So whatever
on the
you are seeing, no, yeah. Plotly is good enough to plot almost all the graphs, like which we use in general life. Okay. It is just that when you have to do something innovative, no, something in some innovative graph, no, in those cases you can use Plotly. I mean, in those cases you can use d3.js. Okay, maybe I'll just see if I'm able to showcase some graphs. Uh, let me see. Okay, then I'm signed. I have to sign it, you know. Okay, and one more important website, I think I can show it to all of you. So I mean, they have very
also
beautiful.
share the links.
Yeah.
Can you share the link of the website and the PDF?
Right. Actually, that website, I mean, for these graphs, I was talking about this one. I mean, the GitHub link of this data validation course. Okay, on ITM website, no, on ITM GitHub link, there you can see the data validation course. There, I mean, yeah, all the many plots are there, and different students have created those plots. So that is there. Or in case if you are interested, no, I mean, then maybe you can go through the recording of recent batch presentation. So that is different thing. Yeah. If you have, okay. Okay. I mean, so there is no, I mean, you can use any library. Either you can use Plotly or you can use Matplotlib. So no specific constraint is there in this MLP course. Okay. And most of the times, I mean, rarely you are going to, I talk about this MLP course particularly, though, I mean, see how they will ask you to do the plotting. I mean, they will check you. Neither in OPP nor in uh, this one, what do you say, nor in quizzes. Okay. So, but yeah, for your convenience, yeah, definitely in MLP project, you can use the ADA. Okay.
So, sir, in OPP, we don't need to use Matplotlib.
Okay. Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Sir, so in OPP, we don't need to plot anything, right?
Yeah. I mean, if there are some questions, ultimately they will ask you to fill the answers only, So, I mean, there won't be, I mean, if in case if you plot using Plotly or using Matplot library, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So that is the thing. Okay. Anything else? Okay, then I'll tell studio team to close the session. Maybe in the next. Okay. Yeah, no, welcome. And maybe in the next few days, or I mean, don't know, I mean, maybe in the next month, I'll plan to create. Yeah, we will try to have some session on this, this maybe on Tableau or Power BI. Okay, there we will. Are we going to get the books? I mean, you will get over the mail. Okay, I mean, you will get the link of the drive or maybe the notebook link. Okay, over the mail. Okay, or also we will share in that GSpace group. Okay. Okay, all right then. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, could you please share that link, that at least the PDF, like where different charts can be used?
Okay, yeah, different charts are used. Yeah, that I can share for sure. Okay. Let me see. Let me see.
Sir, when we will get these recordings?
So yeah, I think they will share it a little late. I'm not sure. I need to check to the studio team. So usually because MLT session, I mean, have they shared MLT recordings? I don't know. I mean, so based on that only, I'm assuming that they will share it, but little late.
Not yet, I think, sir.
Okay, yeah, then most probably they will share it late. Okay, maybe I need to check it with the. Actually, they have to clean it and then only they will share it. So that's the thing. Studio team, is there anyone from studio team? Okay, then bye everyone. I think they will close it.